and Roc. In a wreck and need a check? Make one call. That's all. 607.
Yeah, you just got to give me a second.
1900 and always online at lernerandrow.com. Now time for Calling All Sports with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
Hey, you made it to Thursday. Welcome in. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, out here at Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. Thanks to Coors Light and Blue Moon. We'll be here for the next 3 hours. You know, sometimes you see people when you go out a lot, and there's certain people like the Fiesta Bowl is getting busy, right? You know, we got a couple games coming up and all that.
Full force and effect, and
it's a volunteer base. But I think a lot of people on this committee don't have jobs. Like there's one gentleman was at our event yesterday, and now he's here, and he's a Michigan guy, which is the part that drives me nuts because we're going to get into that a little bit more because we have some interesting stuff has come out. I mean, don't you work? I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Anyway, here at Twin Peaks in Scottsdale, but we'll get into that. What's going on with Michigan as well? But I want to start out with our event we had last night. And it was our listener appreciation putting tournament, not contest, but tournament
inaugural
that was held at Putting World in Scottsdale. And we ended up having close to 60 people that showed up. And it was 36 holes. There was a few cocktails that went down.
A few.
I know my group. I was playing with a doctor and a retiree and a former professional athlete, and they had a few.
Glad to get out of the house, were they?
Yeah, and one guy did say that.
He
did say that. He's like, "Hey, we need to do this more so I can get out." But the results are in. Of how it all went down. And I'm happy to say that the group with intern Barney and Jax, along with the Smiths, were the winner.
I saw that. Ooh. Congratulations.
How many hole-in-ones did you guys have?
We probably had about 15.
I mean,
15 hole-in-ones.
20.
Wow.
I had like 2.
Okay, that's
wow.
Respectable.
Yeah.
Second place was yours truly with Frank Sanders, Barnes, and the doctor.
Okay. Very well.
And then third place was the foursome from Arena Sports Grill.
Okay, congratulations.
And all the prizes were from Arena Sports Grill, by the way. And last place, really not a surprise, the Dan Manucci group.
What? Come on. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Really?
And
get out of town.
You stuck out early before we gave away the award.
What was the award?
I have the award with me in my bag. I gave it to the other guys that were our listeners that were
Mark and Lennon.
There you go.
Yeah.
Was bowling at Bolorama.
All right.
Yeah. So I got you a $10 whatever gift card to go bowling.
Is that a hint? I should probably try another sport.
Yeah, I mean, I gave you a good stick. I mean, you play the same putter Jackson and I play with.
Yeah.
And you couldn't seem to get it in.
How
many hole-in-ones did you have?
I skimmed 3, and Mark made our 3.
3.
Yeah, I lipped a couple out, but that's about it.
What was funny to me when I saw your scorecard?
Yeah,
you had 3s.
We had a couple.
We didn't have any 3s.
Well, we had a couple.
How do you have 3s when you have a foursome?
We just
take the best 2.
Didn't have our.
You had an extra person. You could have always had another shot.
We only had 3 people total.
You know how it works when you've played golf before.
Oh yeah.
And you play in a scramble.
Yeah.
You get an extra ball.
I know. We were honest. We just wanted to do it the right way.
That's the honest way.
We said we got 3 guys.
Hold on. The quarterback who's supposed to take all accountability for his group. You go up to the podium and say, it's my fault. It's on me. He's throwing out a lot of wheeze in this conversation.
No, I just said, what we did is we didn't play the extra ball. We took accountability that we would go with the 3 versus the 4.
Those guys must have hated playing with you.
No, they loved it.
Because people like to cheat in golf, especially like a putt-putt.
No, we weren't cheating. We were going to do it with the 3, and I'll be damned. We're going to go do it the right way.
You had at least 10 threes.
No, we have 10.
Yes. No. In 36 holes, you had 10.
We have 10 threes?
I saw the scorecard. I was going to I posted all the pictures on our website at rockandmanuch.com.
Okay.
But Jimmy, you didn't make any of our pictures. I don't know why. Where were you when we were taking pictures?
I have no idea.
Wasn't standing up, I guess. Trying to couldn't find him. Where the hell's Jimmy at?
But I'm going to give Jimmy. Now he didn't win anything.
No.
But he does win a participation trophy because he stayed the latest.
Oh,
He didn't leave
Jimmy.
till 8:45.
Yeah.
He filled your role with
Thank you,
talking
Jimmy.
to everybody.
Yeah.
I even went up to him about 7:00 and said, "Dude, you're on a word count. Don't
You did.
overexert yourself
You did.
because you have a show to do tomorrow."
Yeah, we did. Mark's a huge 49er fan. We talked a lot about the Niners and Brock Purdy. Lennon's a huge sports fan. He's a huge Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B fan. Listened to us for many years. I got my talking in afterwards for a little while. We chatted.
You're talking in the whole time.
Well, yeah.
When the guy checked in and I didn't know who it was and he had a 49er hat on, I said, by the way, I go, you're playing with Manuch. I said, he is going to love the fact you're a 49er fan. So he could talk about Brock Purdy the whole time.
It was fun. And we had a blast. Even though my game was lacking or slacking.
It's putt-putt.
Yeah, no,
it's really not putt-putt. These greens are phenomenal.
Oh,
It's a really Putting World. Thank you if you guys are
absolutely
listening.
had a great time.
Appreciate not you. I'm thanking Putting World for having us out there. Why are you saying
I said thank you, Putting World. We had a great time.
You didn't say thank you.
I said
Putting
thank
World.
you, Putting World.
You never said Putting World.
You insinuate. You said thank you, Putting World. I said thank you, Putting World. Absolutely.
Jimmy?
Yeah. Thank you, Putting World.
There you go.
Hey, let's get to the top stories of the hour. And we are, 27 hours, 28 hours.
That's close. Yeah.
First pitch, World Series, Game 1 in Texas, the Fall Classic, as they'll square off tomorrow night in Arlington. The first two games are there, and then they'll shift back here for games 3, 4, and 5. How much are tickets, you ask?
How much are they, Rock?
Well, right now, games 3 start at around 600, games 4, 539, and games 5, 374, courtesy of StubHub.
That's the lowest ticket.
That is where tickets start.
Wow. That's getting in the door.
And they're sold out.
There are tickets all over the place, but there are tickets at $5,000, $6,000. You start looking at games 6 and 7 in Arlington. So if the Diamondbacks win a couple, and you're going to want to get on a plane and go over to Arlington, Texas. The cheapest to get in right now is $484, $615 for Game 7. The priciest tickets I saw $35,000, but on average, most of the seats are over $1,000. This is courtesy of StubHub, as well as SeatGeek and Vivid Seats, all about the same.
Yeah.
$35,000 for a box seat. I mean, right there in the second, third row,
right
maybe
on the baseline,
or maybe right behind the dugout.
The only way I would pay that is if my son was pitching for the Diamondbacks.
That's different. Yeah,
I mean, that's the only way I can see myself doing that. And we had some sponsors that were there last night too, and one particular sponsor, which it goes nameless, has been a Diamondbacks sponsor for many, many years. Decided this year not to renew.
Oh, no.
And he's the guy that basically pulls the strings. He's getting calls from his vendors saying, "Hey, we want to go to the game. Do you have tickets?" And he's like, "Oh, what did we do wrong? We should have renewed." But it's a hot ticket. It should be. Absolutely should be.
Yeah.
But for me, a lot of people have asked if I'm going, and I said I'm like Manuch and Jimmy B now. I'm an old fart.
Sure, man.
I rather watch it on television.
Absolutely.
I rather watch it at the bar. I rather spend $100 with dinner and drinks than $500 and deal with parking and worry about drinking and driving and all that other stuff that comes with it. And but I know many of you that maybe listened are going. More power to you. You're going to have a blast. I'm fortunate. I've been to multiple World Series. But if you haven't been to a World Series, I mean, both you and I were at 2001, which was awesome. I mean, I went to 2 of the games, and to be there, which I think everybody that I know was at Game 7.
So that's about 500,000 people were at that game.
I think 500,000 people were there.
Mm-hmm.
There's a few things in this city everybody's been at. It's that, and when Tiger had his whole 116.
Sure.
Oh yeah, I was at that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a few of those moments. One that I was Nebraska, Arizona State. when they upset them, 13-0 or whatever.
19 zip.
Yeah, thank you. 19 zip and everybody, and then you got the goalpost on Mill. I mean, I was part of that. That was fun, but I wasn't at 16. I'll be the first to say. I wasn't.
You know what? And that last Game 7, my son and I, Landon, were at in the pool area watching that, and Landon and I were texting. He goes, "Oh, that's cool. Those guys were there," and we were talking about Game 7. And the first thing he said was the energy when that base hit went over Jeter's head. That energy of the roar, you could literally feel
it.
that
Yeah.
come through your body. And it was like, and that was the first thing he said, Dad, the energy on that base hit, he'll never forget that as long as he lives. So having a
and
memory.
You felt that all the way up in 400?
No. We were in the pool. We were right there in the pool area. We were right there.
Hey, top headlines are brought to you by the CAC Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. Join us every Monday night where you can win your share of money during our kickoff challenge, our props, our squares, our football bingo. It's all free. It's in the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona, the home of the Roc and Manuch Lager. It's Lions hosting the Raiders this Monday. But we start off our Thursday football each and every week here at Twin Peaks. I almost said talking stick. Why would I have said talking stick?
Maybe you
because
drove
of Casino,
by
Arizona?
Yeah,
No, I came right here.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, coming up, it's our Valley Chevy dealer sounds of the night as we're out here at the Scottsdale location. It's Rock MB, Fox Sports 910.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider, locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Right Toyota, the #1 volume Toyota dealer in the state of Arizona, ensures you a buying experience that will exceed all your expectations. Check it out for yourself. Located just off the 101 on Franklin Wright Boulevard in Scottsdale and online at righttoyota.com.
Hi, this is Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. We started in 1998 with our original store in Tempe. Fast forward to 2023 with 6 stores across the valley. We've had a lot of fun along the way, including our pizza eating challenge and our appearance on the show Breaking Bad. Thank you to our employees and customers for 25 fantastic years. We have never changed our core ingredients or recipes, and every pizza is made by hand. I'm a proud 1998 ASU alum and the official pizza partner of ASU Athletics. Learn more about our story at venezias.com.
So I've been telling you for a while now how you can use PlumSmart Plumbing, Heating, and Air and pay about 50% less than the other guys. What if I told you you could save even more money? Going on right now through October, when you mention my name, Jody, when you book an appointment, PlumSmart is going to give you an extra 10% off. So now you can pay about 60% less than the other guys. All you have to do, mention Jody when you book an appointment. Dial pound 250 and say keyword PlumSmart, or go to their website. It's just plumsmart.com, because plumbers and AC guys charge too much.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
Of course I use Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. But then I discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
And when wipes won't cut it, I use Magic Eraser sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my
I've heard they're very good live.
They really are. Magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and sheets make cleaning look easy.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101.
Thinking of pavilions, outside place.
Yeah. For the Valley Chevy dealers' top plays of the week.
Dancing and looking and directing traffic, and look at the length of this play. Murray to the 10, to the 5, and he's going to convert it. That's unbelievable.
Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer. Set up a test drive by heading to valleychevy.com. Now today's top plays on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910.
All right, as you heard from the big voice guy, sounds of the night are driven by your Valley Chevy dealers. See your Valley Chevy dealers today during Chevy's truck season. Every truck has a story. Make yours a strong one. It's Chevy truck season. See your Valley Chevy dealers. Let's start. We're going to go around the horn a little bit. We got a little baseball. We're going to go out to Baltimore. A great game winner last night. Got some college sound for you as well. But we'll start with Bruce Bochy, the manager of the Texas Rangers, as this guy is about to make history if he can win another World Series. Let's hope that's not the case. Here he is about what it is to dream about being in the World Series.
This is what you dream about. You know, this is what you train for. It's what you sacrifice. It's what you play for. To have the ability to play on the biggest stage in baseball, and you have to savor it, you know, be honored by it. It doesn't happen a lot. It's not easy to get here. So enjoy it. And so that's what I try to take away from it. Probably got better as I got a little older, you know, because it's intense out there. But still, you just have to appreciate where you're at, and that's what I try to take in myself.
Bruce Bochy played a long time in the bigs. He's got 3 World Series rings with the San Francisco Giants in 2012, and 2014. Let's hope that that'll stay the same. Only 3, not 4. As we turn our attention to this weekend with the Baltimore Ravens in town, I want to hear from Lamar Jackson as he believes his team's going in the right direction.
Didn't say we won in London, and then we won again, and then we came back and won again. You didn't say that. So I believe we're going in the right direction right now. If anything, just need to keep going. Like I said, keep being consistent.
And let's follow up on how he feels about focusing just on winning.
I mean, I'm trying to win, so week in, week out, I'm just focusing on winning because that's what it's come down to. You know, as long as you're winning, that's when you get all the praise and stuff like that. But once you lose or things don't look right, so that's when the praise and stuff turns into something else. So I'm just focusing on winning. We'll go from there.
The Ravens could get a running back.
Yeah.
Watch out.
Yeah.
I really think
I'm
that this team, I
that.
think right now, if you're going to put a bet in, you know, they're going to win their division.
Yeah, I was looking at some of the trade reports going on. They were talking about if Saquon Barkley could be one of those guys that could be in the trade deadline on Tuesday on Halloween. Derrick Henry could be another one of those guys that the Titans could let go. I agree. They're one solid running back away, but otherwise they're still playing some pretty damn good football, guys. They are really laying the wood as far as the defense is concerned. Their secondary is the best secondary in all of the National Football League. And watching Lamar Jackson this year, it seems a little more settled. He's throwing the ball more than running the ball like he used to take off. He's got a better receiving core in Mark Andrews at tight end, the young man from Desert Mountain down the street here. He just looks more, I mean, he's finally like, I don't need to run for us to win. He's throwing the ball, and again, maybe one more running back to be added at the trade deadline.
Yeah, and that's a team last year, trade deadline, got Roquan Smith. That benefited really big for the Ravens. They could get someone. They're not afraid to get anyone close to the trade deadline.
Last night, second day of the association. Of course, the Suns are playing the Lakers tonight. No Devin Booker or Bradley Beal, both are out. But we had a last-second game winner in the Cleveland-Brooklyn game.
The Cavs are out of timeout. The Nets have 2 remaining, and here we go. Mitchell. Wow, runs over Johnson. He's open for 3. He knocks it down. Donovan Mitchell, with 12 seconds remaining, has given the Cavaliers the lead.
And they would hold on 114 to 113 as Mitchell with the game winner. He's one of my favorite players.
He's a lot of fun to watch.
He really is.
I mean, and getting him from Utah in that deal was probably – now, look, I think Utah is going to be much improved this year,
but Donovan Mitchell is the real deal, and he is a closer type player.
How do you let him go for Utah? I just still don't understand
because
how they let him go.
His contract was big, and with the changes, new ownership, they wanted to go in a different direction, and they have, and they will be successful.
Well, speaking of letting somebody go, I mean, tonight we're going to see the debut of Damian Lillard with the Milwaukee Bucks and the Sixers game. I mean, that's just seeing the previews of him in a Bucks uniform is quite odd to me.
Well, anxious to watch how the chemistry I think would be fine. I think at closing time they'll get that worked. Malone and all they'll get that all worked out as far as who has the ball. But I think Greek the Freak, who got his brand new spanking new contract,
deal.
He's like whatever it takes to get us back to the championship.
I don't think that that he cares.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think Giannis cares at all. I to be honest with you, I think they got Damian Lillard because he is a closer.
That's what I said. I think now that he's got Lillard, he's like, okay, we'll spread the ball around. Whoever gets the last shot gets the last shot.
That's it.
Still a lot of noise out there regarding the reports that are uncovering Michigan's investigation in sign stealing. We got some sound, if you've not heard, the other day of prime time when asked about Michigan sign stealing.
Now, as a football coach, where do
Turn
you
up
see
Jimmy B's mic a little bit for me.
Michigan is?
I don't know how accurate that stuff is.
But what are your thoughts?
I mean, everyone's trying to get an edge. I mean, everyone's trying to get whatever edge they can. You could have someone's whole game plan. They could mail it to you. You still got to stop it. You still got to stop it. So in football, it's not as pronounced as baseball. If I know a curveball is coming, I got you. You know, with football, I don't give a darn if you know a sweep is coming. You still got to stop it. Physically, it's a physical game. You got to stop it. So that's a little tough. I don't buy into a lot of that stuff that someone's stealing this, stealing that. I don't buy into a lot of that stuff. You still got to play the game.
I agree. Washington Post last night late posted a story about some more evidence that has come out, which showed a detailed schedule of Michigan's planned sign stealing travel for the rest of the season. It listed the opponent's schedules, which Michigan scouts were going to attend, how much money was budgeted for travel, and tickets for each scout for each game.
So they're out scouting. They're out scouting, guys. I mean, I agree with Dion.
I'm with you.
You got to stop them.
Yeah.
I mean, whether you got the signals, we should go through that all the time here and there. We had the one live guy, the one dummy guy doing the calls. At the end of the day, you still have to stop them. And what he said about baseball with the sign stealing by the Astros and the Red Sox, if you know a fastball is coming or a curveball, forget the guessing. You know it.
You know it.
It's BP at that point in time.
All right, so are we getting closer to college football adopting the
NFL,
the helmet communication?
It's about damn time.
I mean, they adopted the new clock rules.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I think college football is a little different, guys. I mean, I think you have to consider the fact that a lot of these college teams can't afford it, and the ones that can afford it, which would be the SEC and all the big conferences, what does that mean to the little guys?
Well,
Montana State can't afford it.
Okay, whoever can afford it.
Montana.
I mean, Montana State can't afford it.
Okay, so maybe but it's an earpiece, it's a signal. You budget for it, Rock. So
you got to have money to budget. I mean, it's like that's. I don't know. I think there's a challenge there.
I would say this: if you can afford to do it, that's an advantage for you. You have to worry about signals. If you can't afford it, okay, then you go with the signals.
Go out and do a car wash. Raise money.
They can. It's not that expensive to have the communication in your ear with the coaches. The other.
What do you do? What do you do if all right, Arizona State's playing Montana State.
Okay.
All right. Arizona State has it. Okay. Montana State doesn't.
Okay. So be it.
Come on. You got to make the rules fair for everybody.
No, you don't, Rocky.
Yes, you do. If the NCAA comes down and says that helmet communication is approved.
2 minutes.
It's got to be for everybody.
Okay, it is for everybody. And if you can't afford it, then as Jimmy said, go raise money for it. Go find a donor. Hey,
you guys act like the money just comes out of the sky.
Rock, if you're finding NIL money, all these schools, or collective money, you can go pay another $2,000 for the guy that's got the green dotted middle linebacker, or the guy that's the quarterback, and you got that communication. It's not that antiquated.
You don't think
pretty simple.
You don't think a money donor, even at small schools, like even at Montana where Jax went, some money donor, some big car dealer, yeah, it costs us $2,500. Here you go.
Make it part of your budget. Part of the budget
that's
is
all you do
for the quarterback and the middle linebacker. That's it. I think college is way behind.
I think it's a barrier. I do. I just think there's a lot of schools that are the NIL's killing them, transfer portal's killing them. Now this just adds one more part of it. I mean, Joe Klatt was talking about a guy that I respect probably more than a lot of people.
Yep,
he had four reasons for it. One was money. But I just think that it has to happen for everybody. Everybody's budget's different. I mean, the small schools, okay, maybe they're not going to be able to do it. The Montana States can't do it.
No, if they
the Ohio U's, Western Michigans can't do it.
Okay, so let's say,
but it's come on. Everybody has to have an even playing.
I get it. To that point, Rock. If the NCAA says okay because of your reason, okay. So, but don't deter other schools from going out and scouting other team forward scouting to see what plays they're doing, how they're doing. If you want to look at the sideline, try to figure out their signals. Best of luck to you.
I'm not questioning that. This conversation is about: do you do the audio helmet deal, the green dot, or not?
The NCAA is way behind this. They are so far behind.
They've been way behind on everything,
and that's the problem.
All right. I just guess I'm more old school. I don't think anybody should have it. Just like I don't like instant replay.
Hey, look,
so you're probably in favor in baseball. You want the box, you want the umpire deal eventually.
You know what?
You want that done, so we won't need umpires.
As bad as the umpiring was,
21,000 misses this year.
As bad as it was, I bet within 10 years they're going with the box. Now, here's the other thing.
I hate that.
Here's the thing.
Angel Hernandez had 20,000 of the 21.
Exactly right. and so did what was the pitcher for the Braves that got the inside strike all the time? I'm thinking of
Maddox.
Maddox.
Well,
he lived out there.
He did.
Yeah, but they didn't have the box back then.
No, they did.
The thing about the balls and strikes, I think as a hitter, until they go with the boxing, you have to adjust to the umpire. If he's calling it low or high, okay. As long as he's consistent, calling it high or low, whatever. So you got to adjust to that situation. Now, if he starts to change it up, then you got issues.
It's a fun topic, the green dot in college. I'm sure a lot of you are probably more in favor of it, but I guess I'm just more old school, and I do think money is a factor. It is a factor. There's a reason why Arizona State's never going to be a powerhouse here. They don't have the boosters. They don't have the money. They don't have a guy just to write a check.
That's exactly right.
So Lawrence is the only Nap Lawrence is the only guy. They got one booster, and we all know who he is.
Yeah. And a matter of fact, it was the article last week, a lot of coaches around the nation talking about ASU and their lack of money and why they get a lot of those players away from ASU or would rather go to ASU because of the lack of money. It's always going to be that way.
Hey, we're giving away 5 big screen TVs thanks to Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light. If you want to register for today, you can do it every day. Just text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925. Standard message data rates apply. We are out at the Scottsdale location. Hey, coming up, tough loss to Washington, that being the Devils. We're going to catch up with Coach Regal. I want to get his thoughts on officiating, even get his thoughts on sign stealing, if that's an issue for him and his staff. We're going to catch up with him next. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Behold.
Clear.
Here's what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Cardinals have signed cornerback Bobby Price from the practice squad, and they've signed cornerback Quavian White to fill Price's spot on the squad. The Suns' Devin Booker and Bradley Beal won't play in tonight's contest against the Lakers. Beal is experiencing lower back tightness, while Booker has soreness in his left foot. Zach Allen on the mound for the D-backs in Game 1 of the World Series against the Rangers tomorrow. Texas will pitch Nathan Eovaldi. And Arizona State football entertains Washington State on Saturday, looking to avoid setting a dubious school record with what would be a 7th straight loss if they don't get the W. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
Whether it's beer and wings with the guys or a steak or ribs with that special someone, Tavern Grill Scottsdale is a casual sports bar and grill with something for everyone. Visit us today at 8880 East Via Linda, Tavern Grill in Scottsdale.
Hi, I'm attorney Kevin Rowe. Recently, Lerner and Rowe was named the second most influential law firm in the United States. Although we have offices in other parts of the country, Glenn and I both live here and raise our families here. We are your local law firm. No other law firm in the state comes close to the experience, reputation, and results as Lerner and Rowe. When you're hurt in a wreck and need a check, call the law firm that can get you the results you need. Call Lerner and Rowe.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
See your Valley Chevy dealers today during Chevy's truck season. Every truck has a story. Make yours a strong one. It's Chevy truck season. See your Valley Chevy dealers today.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy BS Monday night tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call, no BS.
When you buy Kroger brand products, you feel like you're winning. That's because they offer proven quality at lower than low prices. In fact, we guarantee that you and your family will love how Kroger brand products taste, or you get your money back. So next time you're shopping for the family, look for delicious Kroger brand products because they'll make you all feel like you're winning. Shop now, in-store, or online. Fries, fresh for everyone.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there, and around there, and even under there. Don't treat your groin like junk. Respect it with Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Let's talk Sun Devil football. Coach Charlie Ragle now on Fox Sports 910 with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, courtesy of the Crest Insurance Group. Combine your home and auto for big savings today. Head to crestins.com.
Coach Ragle joins us now thanks to Crest Insurance. As they offer personal, business, and specialty insurance solutions for clients across all markets. You can check them out online at crestins.com. Coach, how's your Thursday going, buddy? Well, how's it going? Got you, Coach?
Hold on, let me try to get him.
We'll try to get him. We had him here.
Yeah, we had him for a second. We lost him.
But he'll join us next. So I want to get into what we were just talking about. We're going to talk about Washington State, which is the 5 o'clock game on Saturday. We're also going to catch up with Roxy Bernstein, who will be calling that game. So he'll join us in about an hour. So looking forward to catching up with him. I'm actually going to the game. I haven't gone to a game in a while. So
great weather for you, Rock.
Well, that's what I've been waiting for the weather to break so I can go to a Sun Devil game.
You know what? The seats are good seats, too.
I think I would know that. They're mine.
I know.
They're my season tickets.
But you haven't been there yet.
Coach Ragle, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good. Sorry about that, boys.
No problem.
You got me.
Hey, I want to ask you, we were just talking about what's going on in Michigan. I don't know how you could comment on that, but stealing signs and things like that, is it necessary? Does it have to happen? We know it happens, but does it really give you an edge at the end of the day?
Well, I think at the end of the day, players still got to go out and execute.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, that's where we spend all the time. I mean, set the stealing of signs aside for a second, right? And I mean, in essence, that's what you're really trying to do, right? You're trying to get tendencies based off the study of film all week long, formations, down and distances, spots on the field, red zone, high red, low red, midfield, backed up. You study all of those different situations, personnel, and scenarios so that you do know what's coming, right? So you're trying to do that already. is sign stealing something that goes on in the game? I mean, anyone that would say that people aren't trying to pick signs, just generally speaking, that happens across the board. Not every place, not all the time, but it's something that exists in the game. I think everybody knows that. What's going on, obviously, at Michigan, alleged, until they get their findings. I mean, that's just, I can't comment on that in terms of, I don't know all the details and all the facts. You guys know that. But, it's something that's out there in the world of college football to a degree. Does it help? I imagine that it probably would. But at the end of the day, I mean, you got to go out. The players got to go out and play the game and make plays, period.
Coach Charlie Regal joining us here on Fox Sports 910. Coach, would you be in favor of full-time refs in the Pac-12 or Big 12 or whatever conference in college?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. It's hard. I know you. I know you can't comment, but we spent the last 3 days talking about how bad the officiating is and how it costs a game, and then you hear about it, and even some other schools in the Pac-12 dealing with the same thing. That this is big business, and they got to figure this out. You can't drop a flag then pick it up.
Well, I think that at the end of the day, right, when you invest in something, we all you get what you pay for, the old adage, right? And in terms of if I'm fully invested in something and you're doing it as a full-time job, you're going to get full-time results. Listen, we all make mistakes. To err as human, coaches, players, officials, everybody does. That's part of it. All right, that happens. I get that, but I think if you went all in and that was the case, I think that, that would be something that would definitely be a benefit at any league, period.
Coach, I got to tell you what, and if there's a few things, I don't come off the couch much when I watch games, but I came off the couch on the picking up the flag on the no call. That's all I'm going to say. There was an atrocity. But all that being said in reference to that game, yeah, Coach,
like the giggle, Coach.
Yeah.
Boys. Man, we could turn this thing into something really hot. Right?
Yeah, we could. We'll wait for the off season with a couple beers. All right.
I'm gonna need that, and that will be a conversation I am looking forward to having.
Okay. I mean, all that being said, Coach, you look at this game. What a phenomenal! That's one of the best defensive game plans that Brian Ward had against Washington that I've seen in Sun Devil Nation many, many years. Obviously the pick six came back to haunt and won the game. But all that being said, was that a growth game for the Sun Devil program? Did this team grow knowing they were that close? And I know more victories, Coach, aren't going to, but did that team grow knowing they were that close from having one of the greatest upsets of all time?
I hope so. I think we're going to find out this weekend, right? I think that how do you respond from that? I think it was certainly, and I told Coach Dillingham this yesterday. I thought how he went about the preparation for that week and how he got the team prepared was outstanding. We were ready to play that football game. And I know, it didn't end up the way we wanted it. And I know, we had some struggles, kicking a field goal protection, some offensive things that, the pick six you wish you could take back. But, and our defense did. They played lights out. You hope, that that's a moment that we look at and say, hey, we went into a hostile environment. We battled. We had a chance to win that game. You hope that's a growing moment, but it only becomes a growing moment on what we do moving forward.
Sure.
And so I think that's going to be a real test for us coming back home this week, a homecoming against Washington State. And do we learn and do we grow from that moment and do we put it into play here this Saturday?
Coach, I guess what I appreciate about the game, you can tell me if I'm wrong, I love the pace of the game that Kenny had. He didn't hurry up. You ran the ball. You kind of, I don't know, you guys kind of just were methodic going down the field. And you kept that offense on the sideline, that being the Washington offense, almost 4, 5, 6 minutes at time. Was that part of the game plan, just to kind of, let's just slow this thing down and keep them over on the sideline?
Well, I think in the sense that, being efficient with what we do was certainly part of it, right? And that was certainly in the game plan. And I think that we did, to your point, we did do that, you know, and obviously when you can keep an offense of that magnitude with the weapons that they have on the sideline, it certainly behooves us, and it did. And, you know, obviously I think the thing that can't go unnoticed is we really got into the turnover business against UW, you know, to get 4 turnovers, obviously really, really helped us. But it was certainly part of it, and we benefited from that. It's just, you know, again, listening and talking with Marvin, you know, Marvin Lewis, and just at some point we got to go take it.
Yeah.
You know, we've been so close in so many of these games, and that's part of the growth, and that's part of the culture and the things that are building. But, you know, to the point, we play to win, right? We want to win, and we want to win bad. And at some point, you know, for a first time in anything you do in life, when you do it for the first time, you ultimately end up just doing it. You've got to do it, and we've got to find a way to just get the win. And then I think, you know, several more could follow after that.
Charlie, let me get this one because we're getting tight on time. With Washington State coming in, they lost at UCLA, got blasted by Arizona. By watching that film, what's different now with the Cougars than it was, say, at the beginning of the season when they beat Wisconsin?
Well, I think, you know, anytime you win, it becomes infectious, right? And you know, it's kind of the old Uncle Bo jumps on your back. You've got the momentum. You know, I think that when you're playing at a high level and your outcomes are wins, you know, everything fits better. Everything looks better. The belief system in itself is better, right? And you find ways to make plays, just what we were talking about. You know, you find a way to get that extra yard. You find a way to make that extra catch or come up with that extra turnover. When you're losing, it doesn't seem that the ball bounces your way, and you don't seem to get those breaks that you do when you're winning, whether that's real or perceived. I mean, that's just what it is. And so I think, you know, coming off of a couple of losses, you know, these guys are going to be hungry to come here and get back on the winning track. And obviously we're thirsty to get back into the winning column since the first week of the season. And, you know, something's got to give here Saturday afternoon.
Go get him, Coach. Thanks for the time, as always.
Appreciate you guys, as always. Go Devils.
Hey, follow him on Twitter at Regal Charlie. He's presented by the Crest Insurance Group. Crest Insurance Group, they offer personal, business, specialty insurance solutions for clients across all markets. Just go to their website, crestins.com. Appreciate Coach Regal joining us today as the Devils are underdogs, but less than a touchdown, +6 against the Cougars. The over-under at 51. Coming up, it's back. The return of Roc's Man Vice.
Oh, boy, here we go.
Were you around for Roc's Man Vice?
I think I missed it. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, are you in for a treat then,
I
Jimmy?
can hardly wait.
It's about damn
Topic,
time.
it's a throwback Thursday.
Okay.
Topic is places where women do not want to go on a first date. Plus football at 50. Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B. Fuck.
We don't think. Do you want the Roc's Man Vice coming out of the break? Overcompensating. Win $1,000 in inflation compensation. Listen every hour, weekdays from 6 a.m. It doesn't matter to me. I can fire them off in any order. I just want to know what order you want to go in.
Arizona, it's your local accident attorney, Kevin Rowe. Results matter.
Do football 50 and then throw to it, and then I'll play the stinger.
Powered by Lerner & Rowe Accident Attorneys, where we treat you like family. In a wreck, need a check? Call Lerner & Rowe today at 977-1900.
Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium to take on the Washington State Cougars Saturday, October 28th for ASU's homecoming.
Gadaboo with the catch, has the first down, stays on his feet, and he's going to go.
Get your ASU Washington State tickets today by calling 480-727-0000.
Touchdown Devils!
Or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
The legend of Cameron Scadaboo continues to grow.
Got the urge to pick games each week? Thursday, Sunday, even Mondays? Then sign up now for the Twin Peaks Fan Pick'em, courtesy of Blue Moon and Coors Light. It's totally free to play. Head to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com.
It's Chevy truck season, and with a Chevy Silverado, there's no such thing as an uphill battle. With a Chevy Silverado, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. Because with impressive towing capability, an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen, and the choice of powerful engines to pick from. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado with the capability you need. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the Guys, live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Hi, this is Dom with Venezia's Pizzeria. We started in 1998 with our original store in Tempe. Fast forward to 2023 with 6 stores across the valley. We've had a lot of fun along the way, including our pizza eating challenge and our appearance on the show Breaking Bad. Thank you to our employees and customers for 25 fantastic years. We have never changed our core ingredients or recipes, and every pizza is made by hand. I'm a proud 1998 ASU alum and the official pizza partner of ASU Athletics. Learn more about our story at venezias.com.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
This October, Haas Brewing Co. brings you the ultimate scare. Try a Papago Blueberry Wheat topped off with the rich and creamy goodness of Guinness as they create the ultimate monster, Scary Berry. Ask for it today at your local pub or purchase a 6-pack of Papago Blueberry Wheat and Guinness from your local grocery store to enjoy at your next Monster Mash. Haas Brewing Co. Drink and scare responsibly.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101.
Let's get ready for football!
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour, right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
All right, a little early, but Lincoln Riley, he's been sick, pneumonia there at USC. They got Cal this weekend, and it looks as though they have bumped Cliff Kingsbury's on-field role, and Dennis Simmons, who is the receivers coach, is going to be the interim, but it looks like they had to go through the NCAA to get him bumped, that being Cliff, to be able to actually be on the field and make calls. So that's what we're going to see, as NCAA compliance had to figure out how to bump a senior offensive analyst to a temp on-field role because Riley's sick.
Boy, if they're private school, you'd think that they'd be like, just do what you want. Yeah. No big deal. But, yeah, there's some minutia that they've got to go through in order to get that to happen, because that consultant role, we talked to Danny White for years, and Marvin Lewis, your coach Regal, talking about how Marvin Lewis is still a consultant there at ASU. But, yeah, if Danny was somebody, if I go to an actual position coach, he goes, not that he has to re-interview, but he has to go through a bunch of steps. He said paperwork. I went,
crazy.
Why? I mean, just elevate you, because it's not that easy.
I'm with you.
Hey, Army is going to join the AAC after 2 decades of being a proud independent owner. They're making all the changes next year. It'll just be for football, but the announcement is official. So there you have it. Army now part of the American Athletic Conference. Well, it's a Throwback Thursday, and I thought it'd be appropriate to bring back Roc's Man Vice.
Do you roll like Roc when it comes to romance?
What do you say we go out on a date? Have some chicken, maybe some sex. See what happens.
Roc searches the world for tips on dating, divorce, marriage, and even... Here's Roc's Man Vice.
60% of the time, it works every time.
Yeah, Throwback Thursday. I haven't done this in a couple years.
Brought a tear to my eye,
Got to
Roc.
bring it back.
Yeah.
Well, I saw a story that I just had to bring to Roc's Man Vice. And we've all seen this. A group of women that put together places where they don't want to go out on. They don't want to go on a first date. And it's pretty comprehensive. So about half of them are chains. And here's the list, guys. You don't want to go. Cheese Factory, Chili's, Applebee's, which I like Applebee's, Chipotle. How do you not want to go to Chipotle for a date?
First date?
Olive Garden, man. That South Bar, it's awesome. Starbucks, I get it. Denny's, unless it's late night. IHOP, unless it's late night. Buffalo Wild Wings, really? They serve everything on paper. Wingstop, that's just as bad. Red Lobster, I don't like seafood. Waffle House, I like the Waffle House. And any fast food chain that has a buffet.
Wow. Now, this is first date.
This is first date.
Okay.
The list also includes going to the movies, watching Netflix at home. You know what that is, Manish?
Netflix.
Why are you laughing?
Yeah, that wouldn't be appropriate for a first date. No, it would not.
Going to the guy's house.
Not appropriate.
It says women also don't want to spend a first date going to church with you, going to the gym, sporting events.
Uh-oh.
My first date was a Suns game. I mean, come on. How do you not want to go to a Suns game?
Yeah.
Or how about a first date to the World Series?
Oh, man.
Are you freaking kidding me? Also on this stupid list are these 28 places that women do not want to go on a first date. And who are these women, by the way?
Yeah.
Ice cream and coffee dates are also a no-no. Bowling nightclubs, any bar for just drinks, anywhere where you have to drive long. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, that's everything.
Yeah.
What is left?
A walk in the park.
That's not on this, but maybe that's it too.
That's very romantic for the first. That's too much.
That is too much.
Too much
for
women.
A walk in the park.
So Rock's main advice is that one idea might be try something new for both of you.
Okay.
I mean, it says that the average American hasn't tried a new restaurant in 5 months.
Jackson,
4
you pay
minutes.
attention to this for your first date?
5 months.
Yes.
Because we're all creatures of habit.
Sure we are.
Right?
Yeah,
Absolutely. That's true.
So I would assume, why not use a first date as an opportunity to kind of venture out of your comfort zone.
Right.
And go someplace fancy and expensive.
Fancy and expensive?
Like a new burger joint.
That's fancy and expensive. For a first date, burgers are off. I would
burgers
are
$20 now.
Okay, I know that, but
$25.
But
you know the new DraftKings thing here next to TPC
Yes, yeah.
they built? I had a buddy went there for lunch yesterday. All right. He was with a client. They each had 2 beers, some meatball appetizers, and it was $100.
Okay, I get it. But the connotation of a burger joint for a first date with a gal.
Burger joints are what like they are when you were a kid, Manuch. Burger joints are like
I know.
nice places now.
I know.
Cold Beer Cheeseburgers is a nice place.
It is. But I mean, if it's a first date, I want to impress her, and I want like the second date, I'm going to probably take her somewhere nice. Like I said, a non-chain. Now, Cheesecake Factory, I wouldn't have any problem taking her to Cheesecake Factory.
It's a chain.
No, but I'm just saying the one chain.
Are you gonna, they give you so much food. Are you gonna take leftovers home?
Oh no, probably not.
Not on the first date.
Not on the first date. No. Now, if she wants to take some home, then it's fair game.
Okay.
But I think at that point, the first date, a non-chain, a nice place, not real expensive, meeting the road, and you'll go out to dinner, talk, do that whole type of thing. But, just it's kind of like,
I can't imagine being on a first date with you.
Oh, my gosh.
It'd be the worst.
They're clamoring for a second date.
No,
are you kidding me?
Their ears are just
no,
full of like nonsense.
Believe it or not, with Lori, I was a very good listener. That first date
You're
we went out.
not a good
very
listener.
good
No.
listener. So, Jax, let me ask you. You were the single guy here. So where would you take
2
your
minutes.
first date out of? Where are you going to go?
I was going to say Chipotle. I don't see why
A
Chipotle
lunch?
is a bad spot.
And that's why you're single.
And that's exactly why you're Chipotle on a
So
dinner
maybe
date.
you learned something today.
We need to talk.
Manuch,
We need to
you
talk.
just said Chipotle was a good spot.
No. I didn't say. I said out of all the chains, Cheesecake would not be a bad spot on a first date.
I'm not spending
not
more than
freaking
$10 on
I don't think Chipotle should make the list.
Absolutely.
I think Chipotle. Do you go to Chipotle, Manuch?
By myself, or if I go get dinner for me and my wife. Yes.
I don't think Applebee's should be on the list.
You like it because the stools are higher there.
That's very true. I can see over the
Chipotle.
bar.
Chipotle is one of those places for a first date. Is basically a place you would go for a quick lunch, middle of the afternoon, on like 2:00 on a Saturday. Hey, let's go to Chipotle where you can sit, get something to eat. That's a date.
That's not. I'm talking the first.
That's
date.
a first date.
Yeah, then that's
you just met the girl at the bar.
1
and
minute.
You're doing something kind of laid back, or you met her online. It's not pretentious. She doesn't have to get all dressed up. She doesn't have to worry about everything.
Exactly.
It's so easy. You get to order what you want.
Hold
you
on,
can
Jimmy.
See it being made.
He really feels good. He's going to take me to freaking Chipotle the first day.
I bet if we pulled all these girls in
40.
here right
Yep.
now. Granted, they're all could be our kids, but they would say Chipotle would be
Jax,
cool because it's just a Saturday afternoon.
You would be single for a long. Are you going to make her pay for her fair share? Are you going to pay
30.
For her?
Okay, I'm not that dumb.
Here's the best part. Twin Peaks was not on the list.
I don't think you're bringing a first date to Twin Peaks, Jimmy. Jimmy,
20.
No.
Just saying.
I mean,
Jimmy, that's not.
I
gonna
would
happen.
totally come to Twin Peaks for a first
Hell
date.
yeah.
Yes,
You
absolutely.
would?
Jimmy,
Yeah.
you get it. You've been in this business long
whatever.
enough.
10 seconds.
Manuch is promoting Corona. Yours Light's our sponsor. That's how smart he is.
I just have
Goodbye.
a
Goodbye. Hour number 1. Hour number 2 next.
Who said?
Chances to win cash every Monday continue from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy BS Monday Night Tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
Jenny.
Hey, Jenny.
Jenny, come on in.
Steve.
Hey, Steve.
Steve, how you doing?
Meg.
Meg, nice to see you.
Hey, Meg.
Arena Sports Grill. Come on out for the sports, off-track betting, incredible food, and friendly faces. The best daily specials in Scottsdale. Arena Sports Grill, 62nd Street in Bell. We know you.
iHeartRadio wants to send you to see the sold-out Sick New World Festival on April 27th in Las Vegas, VIP style. System of a Down, Slipknot, Alice in Chains, and many more. We'll take care of everything. Just open the free iHeartRadio app and listen to Rock Nation Radio, and you'll be automatically entered.
NBA fans, the wait is over. Basketball is back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is celebrating with an unbeatable offer. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets for throwing down $5 on the NBA. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. You'll start the season with an instant dub. And with DraftKings parlays, everyone's got a shot at even bigger basketball wins. String together multiple bets from the same game or build your parlay across multiple games for a shot at making your payday even sweeter. Basketball's more fun when you're in on the action. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code 910. New customers get $200 in bonus bets instantly for betting just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code 910. The crown is yours. 21 and over, Arizona only. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms.
Get big savings and big rewards during Pro-Vember at Lowe's. Right now, MVP's members earn 3 times the bonus points on DeWalt products and save $200 on a DeWalt sliding compound miter saw. Plus, earn 3 times the bonus points on Little Giant products and save $70 on a Little Giant multi-position 14-foot ladder. Lowe's knows savings. Lowe's knows pros. While supplies last, selection varies by location. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Valid through 11/22.
The Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand. The best a man can get, down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
Brown here with Accident Law Group. If you were hurt in an accident, find us on the web at accidentlawgroup.com.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Zach Allen will get the ball first for the Diamondbacks when the World Series tips off tomorrow with Game 1 against the Rangers in Arlington. Texas will pitch Nathan Eovaldi. The Cardinals signed quarterback Bobby Price from the practice squad and signed quarterback Quavian White to fill Price's spot on the squad. The Suns' Devin Booker and Bradley Beal out of the lineup for tonight's game of the Lakers. Beal is experiencing lower back tightness while Booker has soreness in his left foot. ASU football getting set to entertain Washington State Saturday, looking to avoid setting a dubious school record with a 7th straight loss. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For your Thursday, look for another nice day on tap. Temperatures in those mid to low 80s out there. Plenty of sunshine throughout the rest of your afternoon. And then for tonight, mostly clear with those temperatures dipping down into the low 60s. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. OMG, hot and crisp nacho fries are back, and there's even more fries to love now at Taco Bell. But it's now or never. Yeah, these fries covered in bold Mexican spices with nacho cheese sauce are only here for a limited time at participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only, while supplies last.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101. Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys, what's your top story this hour?
Didn't say we won in London. And then we won, and then we came back and won again. You didn't say that. Oh, yeah. So I believe we're going in the right direction right now.
You're hot.
Just need to keep going. Like I said, keep being consistent.
Right now, top story is Ravens coming in town. You just heard Lamar Jackson. He believes his team is going in the right direction. That courtesy of Ravens Radio. And joining us now, an old friend of ours who was part of Roc and Manuch many years ago. He left us. Now he's a big-time sports celebrity in Baltimore.
All grown up
Glenn
now, Roc.
Clark, with Press Box at 105.7 The Fan there in Baltimore, and he joins us now on the right to the guest line. What's up, Glenn? How are you, buddy?
Major celebrity. I'll have the surf and turf. You know me, big-time star. What's going on, boys?
Well, I felt bad. I felt bad that I had to big league you yesterday. You asked me to come on your show last night, and I'm like hosting an event, and I had been partaking in some beverages. I would have been a big Ravens fan probably. So
that would have been actually a great moment. I'm kind of regretting the fact that we didn't do that. Well, it was good to catch up with our buddy Mike Gross. So I haven't talked to him in a long time, and I talked to Manuch. I just realized how it is now, Roc. Like you're just leaving all of your underlings out for me. Like this is the way it's gonna go. Like I'm the star. You can talk to Manuch. You can talk to Gross. I'm too big for that.
No, here's the main reason. I pass a lot of this stuff off to Manuch. I'm not a Cardinals fan, and you're calling to get a Cardinals perspective. I mean, we were asked to do a podcast on the Cardinals. And we're not Homer Radio. I mean, you go down the dial for that. That's why it's like when I get called to go on, like I'll talk Diamondbacks and Suns all day. But when it comes to the Cardinals, we do better when they lose. Our ratings go up when they lose. So it's difficult for me to do those hits.
Roc, how was this week and the last couple of weeks for you with the Diamondbacks and the Phillies, though? Like, how did you handle that?
It's a win-win. Because it's a win-win. Because if the Phillies win, I can wear all my red. You know, if the Diamondbacks win, which is great for business, you know my business model, Glenn. It's great. Yeah. So you can't lose. Plus, this city needs a winner bad. Philly, we've been there multiple times. We've won Super Bowls and we've won all kinds of stuff. So I'm okay with it. But it was bittersweet. So hey,
I can respect that. You guys know I still love the Suns, the Coyotes from my time out there. We didn't have teams here growing up, so it was easy to adopt them. But I don't know. I'm rooting for you guys in the World Series. Like, the Diamondbacks always treated me well when I was hanging out with you, so I got love for that.
Glenn Clark joining us here on Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. All right, what has been the change, the turn from a very quiet offseason, at least relatively speaking, outside of Baltimore for us about the Ravens? Now it's like the national media is now starting to talk about the Ravens. What is it that has really kind of made him turn the corner there?
Roc, I think we needed to see what the offense would look like under Todd Monken. There was so much made of this being I think the way they ran the offense made people question what Lamar Jackson was as a quarterback. When all of the peripheral numbers would tell you Lamar Jackson was an incredible passer. They just didn't ask him to do it all that much for whatever reason. But when you actually look at the numbers, Lamar Jackson was a really good thrower of the football. The beginning of his career, he wasn't great outside the numbers, but even that improved in year 2, year 3. He's a really good passer. He just didn't do it a lot. And I think it led to a lot of the national media sort of disrespecting Lamar Jackson or not taking him seriously enough as a passer. Now they make the switch. They're not going to run the ball, predominantly anymore with Greg Roman gone. Todd Monken comes in, and you're starting to see. Clearly last week it's one of the greatest performances we've ever seen in the history of this franchise. But seeing what this can look like with actual pass catchers on the field and teams not just being able to double Arizona's own Mark Andrews every time because they've got to show respect to Zay Flowers, a very talented rookie. And even at this point in his career, still what Odell Beckham can bring to the table has opened things up to make this offense more dynamic. The defense, I think, is actually better than we expected it to be this season. They're the number 1 DVOA team in football right now. But that was everybody was on board with the Lions, and the Ravens throttled them a week ago, and I think it woke up a lot of people.
Glenn, I've noticed with Lamar Jackson, with the Manuch's clipboard report, yes, we still have that going after 19 years, the clipboard report. With those receivers you talked about and having Andrews and the other kid at tight end, he's reading the entire field. It seemed like before he'd come off a read, and if it wasn't there, he'd either check down or he'd run. He'd take off. Now, I think his passing, and he's become that full quarterback, the full arsenal of reading, reacting, and getting rid of the ball versus just taking off every other time.
I agree, Manuch. I'll also add with a healthy Ronnie Stanley on the field at left tackle, it changes the type of protection that he has. The offensive line has been really good this season. But in general, I agree. And I think part of that is look at who was out there on the field with him, and he clearly did not have the trust in the group of receivers that they put out there. He has 4 if you include Nelson Aguilar, who's been a pleasant surprise since he arrived. 4 really legitimate NFL wide receivers now to throw the ball to, on top of having, it's not Travis Kelce, but Mark Andrews is probably second or third with George Kittle as far as the best tight ends are concerned in football. This is a group of pass catchers that he has extraordinary trust in. And I've used the term symphony director a couple of times this season. He has a control of this offense unlike anything I have ever seen from him before. He's been very good. This is next level type of stuff that we've seen from Lamar this season.
Glenn, it's Jimmy B. I have a affinity for Baltimore because I worked there in the mid-'80s at WJZ TV. I was their sportscaster and stood out in the snowstorm.
Was John Buren there at the time? Is that who you worked with, Jimmy?
No, Lou Tilley was there at the time.
Okay. All
yeah,
right.
And Jerry.
You weren't born yet, Glenn.
Yeah, you weren't
even
alive.
Jimmy's old school, man.
Settle down.
Yeah, I was standing out in the snowstorm at Owings Mills watching the Mayflower trucks pull away.
This is circa 1955, Glenn.
He's black and white TV. Yeah, really. So my question is, Glenn, there's so much talk about the trading deadline and names are being tossed around, and it seems to be the major topic of conversation that Baltimore is going to be really good if they could get a top-flight running back. Is that in the cards or not?
We heard reports this week that they are in the mix for Derrick Henry. I don't know if that's the perfect fit exactly. I don't know. I hate saying this because this is Derrick Henry we're talking about. I don't know how much better he is than Gus Edwards in his career. Saquon Barkley is a really compelling name. The Giants have said they don't want to do it, but I don't really understand why they don't want to do it. They're not doing anything this season. What Saquon Barkley could add to this offense with all the pass catchers you already have, I don't know how you would be possibly capable of stopping that. But look, this is a Ravens team that's been very active. Since Eric DeCosta took over for Ozzie Newsome as general manager, they have been big believers in making in-season moves. They acquired Marcus Peters in season. They acquired Unique Ngakoue in season. And last year they acquired Roquan Smith, which is right now looking like one of the great moves in Ravens history. He has been even better than advertised since he arrived. So it won't surprise me at all for the Ravens to try to be aggressive. I do think running back is an area. I still think, even though they lead the NFL with 29 sacks, they don't have one dominant edge rusher. They've been doing it all via scheme so far. Also, Justin Matabike, one of the defensive tackles, has been really good. But I think they could still be in the market, a Chase Young, a Montez Sweat, someone in the edge rush department. I still think, despite all the success they found, I don't know if they can count on that continuing with Jadeveon Clowney and those guys, so I still think they could consider that as well.
Do you want Marquise Brown back?
No, I think we're good, man.
Okay. All right. All right.
We're good. We're good.
The conversation we had, I'm like, look, and it's not a knock on. I think he's a fine player, but he's a fine player. That's sort of what he is. And the Ravens actually have wide receivers now. Look, and if Devontae Adams is on the market, like, my God, you go do that. But at this point, I don't think Marquise Brown is an upgrade.
That's like and that gal over there. She's got a great personality. She's not really good. She's got a great person. Hey, you know what? I look at your defensive backfield. You guys got one of the top defensive backfields. Jimmy asked about the running back. You talked about some of the needs. Is this team chasing the Chiefs? Is the AFC? It's the Chiefs and the rest of them right now. Is that what you're gunning for right now?
As long as Patrick Mahomes is alive, the AFC and otherwise the NFL goes through Kansas City, right? That's the way that it works. The Ravens a couple years ago finally got a win over Patrick Mahomes, and that was a statement at the time, but they have not been they've been able to back that up. Now, a lot of that has been Lamar Jackson hasn't stayed healthy, and if he can stay healthy, then they're going to be in pretty good shape. But yeah, no question. I mean, you know what you're up against. And I think, Manuch, that's part of the reason why I continue to talk about the edge rush. It's easy to sit back and say, well, you've got 29 sacks, you're leading the NFL. But at the end of the game, when you've got to beat a team that's got 4 downs to go try to win, you need a guy that's going to win their matchup and not have to scheme that pressure. So I sounded like I was crazy a couple of times. I talked to your guy's old friend Kurt Warner about this week, and we were in agreement about it. You need an ass kicker in the edge rush department, and if a Danielle Hunter is on the market, somebody like that, they could still benefit from one more of those guys, specifically for trying to stop Patrick Mahomes when he's got 4 downs to go trying to beat you at the end of the game.
Glenn, as we let you go, give us your World Series prediction.
I'm with Manuch. I'm not writing off the Diamondbacks anymore. I don't know if it's a heart type of thing, but I'm on board, man. 3 starting pitchers that you can count on, a bullpen that's been outstanding. I don't know. Corbin Carroll's great. I'm buying in, and I'm going to go snakes alive and 7 in the world.
Okay. Love it. Wow. Good stuff. Glad we missed you, buddy. Appreciate you making some time for us, man. Thank you.
Love you guys. Always appreciate you. Let's talk soon, all right?
Follow him at Glenn Clark Radio, part of the Press Box and 105.7 The Fan there in Baltimore. Glenn Clark used to be part of Roc and Manuch for many years. Good 10 years ago, maybe?
Yeah, 10 years
12
ago.
years ago.
And he grew up bigger and better things.
Yeah,
you guys
we
just
give
run
everybody
people
a start.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
No, we don't run them, but then we bring them back a lot.
Well,
Shoes back.
Yeah.
You know, Crespin left and came back a few times.
Exactly.
So we the door's always open.
Second chances, third chances, fourth chances. They eventually come to fruition.
Speaking of chances, O.J. Simpson.
Yeah.
He's got a job. He is a co-host on a YouTube podcast called It Is What It Is. And he's now an NFL analyst. And you're not going to believe what he had to say about Taylor Swift and Brittany Mahomes. And we're probably going to have to play the disclaimer before I play the sound of O.J. Simpson and what he had to say. And we have our underdog picks next. So we'll tell you who threw halfway during the season and who's truly in the doghouse. We're live from Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. This is Fox Sports 910.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of game day.
Looking for a change in your career? All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings now available in customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278.
It's Chevy truck season, and with a Chevy Silverado, there's no such thing as an uphill battle. With a Chevy Silverado, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. Because with impressive towing capability, an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen, and the choice of powerful engines to pick from, whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado with the capability you need. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
Need a new big screen for the football season? Twin Peaks, Blue Moon, and Coors Light has your chance right now. Text PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. That's PEAKS to 59925.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your Casino, Arizona.
When you buy Kroger brand products, you feel like you're winning. That's because they offer proven quality at lower than low prices. In fact, we guarantee that you and your family will love how Kroger brand products taste. Or
we're coming back with the dog picks first.
Next time you're shopping for the family,
Yeah.
look for delicious Kroger brand products because they'll make you all feel like you're winning. Shop now, in-store, or online. Fries, fresh for everyone.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101.
$1 zillion. The question is, who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out?
Who let the dogs out?
Most weekend bettors prefer to lay their money down on favorites because they can't get their head around backing an underdog. Not Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. They're all about the dogs. Time now for the guys' dog picks of the week on Fox Sports 910.
Yeah, so I have a question here. I'm new. This is my second week doing these selections. Am I not allowed to take a game that somebody else has taken, or can I double down on a game? Okay, well, I will tell you, the company that I'm keeping on this is not company I really want to have with his 1-8 record, but I'm going to be with Jimmy B on this one, and I'm going to take Utah this week. And here's why. I'll give you some statistics. Utah top 10 in the nation in returning production and transfer portal production this year. And when you look at Utah over the last couple of seasons against Oregon, a 3-point loss last year, and then 2 years ago, 2 wins in the same season against Oregon. So bringing back a good portion of those players, getting 6.5. I think this Utah team is stout. They play really good defense, and I think they keep it close. So I'll take Utah.
The views and opinions expressed by various hosts, guests, or callers with Roc and Manuch are not to be considered endorsed or reflect the opinions of the owners of Fox Sports 910, iHeartRadio, or anyone that's even associated with this radio station in any way possible. Roc and Manuch broadcasts are presented and made public as entertainment, in the hope that they'll be entertaining to the audience. Listeners are urged to use their own judgment to draw their own conclusions. Ownership of this radio station does not confirm nor deny the validity or accuracy of the information aired on Roc and Manuch. All information, products, and services are provided solely for entertainment and enjoyment. Finally, we encourage the importance of keeping an open mind and not construing the stories, facts, or services as factual. In other words, Roc and Manuch want you to relax and enjoy the ride.
Did you see where Brittany Mahomes and Taylor Swift chest bump?
Yeah, I did. I thought it was interesting that Bob bowlers was hitting each other, you know. Little turn on.
Little turn on.
Yeah.
3 minutes. Two minutes. One minute.
This
Clear.
is what's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix.
Cardinals have removed quarterback Kyler Murray from the updated Week 8 injury report, making his return to game action in the next week or two imminent. The Suns' Devin Booker and Bradley Beal will not play in tonight's game against the Lakers. Beal is experiencing lower back tightness, while Booker has soreness in his left foot. It'll be Zach Gallen on the bump for the D-backs in Game 1 of the World Series against the Rangers tomorrow. Texas putting Nathan Eovaldi on the mound. The Coyotes return to the Mullet Arena ice tomorrow for a rematch against the Kings after dropping Tuesday's game in Los Angeles. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
Get ready for double the fun on the 101. Introducing the Salt River Rewards Program at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort, the Valley's newest and best. With multiple tiers and endless benefits, we've got something for everyone. Don't miss out on the excitement. Salt River Rewards, the Valley's premier player rewards program, now at Casino Arizona and Talking Stick Resort. 2 properties, 1 amazing club, offering limitless fun on the 101. Discover the best in the Valley at saltriverrewards.com.
The right price, the right selection. It's all now at Wright Toyota in Scottsdale. Stop by today and see why Wright Toyota continues to be Arizona's top Toyota dealership, located just off the 101 on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard and online at wrighttoyota.com.
A homeowner just like you
decides
to fix his roof.
Okay.
He backs up his truck.
What does that mean to me?
One end of the rope to the bumper and the other to himself.
Smart.
He's working on the backside of the roof.
I'm just going to call the number you put on the paper. I don't care if it's a phone to space.
No.
Yes, Dad was in tow.
Sure. I'm just going to call the number on the page. I don't care if I'm dialing, NASA.
48 Roofing, offering maintenance, repairs, and replacements. Of course, licensed, insured, and bonded. From residential to commercial. State48roofing.com.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
He's there. Savings and big rewards now during Provember at Lowe's. Right now, save $80 on the DeWalt 20-volt 2-tool combo kit and earn 3 times the bonus points. Redeem those points for offers like NFL tickets to regular season games, a Super Bowl 58
Hey, Manuch.
for 2.
I also need Rock to record the tease
Lowe's knows.
potentially in the next break.
Supplies last. Selection varies by location. Bonus points calculated before taxes and fees after applicable discounts, if any. Valid through 11/22. Subject to change.
I didn't know if you were on headset. That's why I said.
Gillette Intimate Trimmer gives you a gentle, easy way to trim your pubic region. Or you could try waxing. Nope. From America's #1 trusted men's grooming brand. The best a man can get down there. Buy Gillette Intimate at a retailer near you.
Check out has to offer with because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com.
He's got no designation after today.
And the guys are live.
He wasn't listed at all on the injury report.
Located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101. This is Pac-12 country.
And it's 6 points on one play. Chip Traynham.
White the carry, White the cutback, White to the end zone. Time to catch up with one of the experts who you can see and hear on the Pac-12 network. Now let's talk everything Pac-12 on the Roc and Manuch Show on Fox Sports 910.
Huskies going the other way.
You're hot.
Down Washington.
Tough one for the Sun Devils. Charlie Ragle will join us at 3:15. But before we get to the game, it's been a crazy offseason, even to the degree of the regular season when it comes to ups and downs and realignment in the Pac-12. A report from Yahoo is saying that the league is continuing on as a 2-member conference. Now, they've had some discussions with the Mountain West about a 1 or 2 year alliance. What's the holdup? And joining us now, I want to get his opinion, as he's always nice enough to kind of talk everything, when it comes to Pac-12, and we'll get a baseball prediction from him too. But Roxy Bernstein now from the Pac-12 Network. Hey, Roxy, when the dust from this mess settles with realignment, what is your expectation on what the conference will look like next year?
Nothing would surprise me. As you were alluding to, could we see it operate as a 2-team league? I think that's a possibility.
Yeah.
And if there's a special waiver exemption that Oregon State and Washington State can qualify for as they try to maybe reload for 2025 and the 2024, whatever. I don't know. All these years are confusing me right now. Yeah, 25, 26. That's what I'm getting at. Because with all this money that's due from the NCAA units, and it really is an interesting saga, a soap opera, if you will, with these court hearings, the restraining order that was granted. But I could see it because the other schools have vacated their spots at the table, and that's what this court hearing is going to decide. Do Washington State and Oregon State have the ultimate power in terms of how this league proceeds? And look, at some point, I really think that common sense will get a hold of people. We'll revert back to the regional rivalries and matchups in a regional league. Football may be its own entity, but it's just moronic that we're going to have every other sport try to do these cross-country conferences. It's just asinine.
Roxy Bernstein, Pac-12 Network, joining us here on Fox Sports 910 with Roc and Manuch and Jimmy B. All right, you get the luxury of coming to our beautiful city. The weather's perfect. Washington State, they've kind of hit a bump in the road a little bit. You saw what Arizona State did against Washington last week. this is a game that I think a lot of, at least Sun Devil fans, myself included, could be one that they can knock off the Cougars if everything works out. Can you see that kind of playing out?
Look, they've been close,
Yeah.
right? It's not like they've been getting blown out. We know what the record is, and they haven't won since the opening game against Southern Utah. But, they made it really interesting against USC. They nearly won at Cal. Then there was the Colorado game where they were right in it till the end. And then last week. So, look, people could say and be frustrated with the record that Arizona State has and with Kenny Dillingham this year. But they've been competitive, even though I really believe they're outmanned, they're out-talented right now, but nobody can question how hard this team is playing. And that's a tribute to the locker room, the kids that they have in that program, and they believe in the coaches. And I'm sure there is a lot of motivation to get a win because you look at the schedule, all right, where are the wins going to come from? You look at the matchup with Arizona maybe at the end of the year because that's in Tempe. It's going to be awfully tough next week going to Salt Lake City and then going to UCLA and then having a game against Oregon at home. So if you're circling dates, when can Arizona State win? I think this is a game that they have to look at, but they're so beat up, especially on the offensive line. I really worry about them just from a physical standpoint and a depth standpoint. How are they going to match up and hang in there?
Rox, and then watching Wazoo and Cam Ward, 3 losses in a row. You've had a chance to pay attention more so than any of us, but that U of A game, I caught some of that. They looked listless on the offensive side. What has happened in the last 3 games that we didn't see the first 3 games of the year?
Well, first off, that was stunning. That what
Yes.
Arizona did going up to the Palouse and doing that. I don't think anybody anticipated that. And they really haven't responded since. Look, last week, I thought they played okay, but they're going up against a team that I think is a legitimate threat to the college football playoff in Oregon. They hung with UCLA a few weeks ago. So the thing is about them, they got off to the good start. It's set up right for them. They were playing efficiently offensively. Cam Ward seemed to have made the adjustments from a year ago. Last year, he would try to make something happen on every play and didn't really lean on the strategy of living for another down at times. And it cost him with some bad turnovers. He can make some brilliant plays. He is a talented playmaker, and he sees the field well. It's just maybe sometimes he is too confident in his abilities to make plays, and I think he's got a better grasp of that this year with the changes of offensive coordinator. I think this new offense there's a lot of similarities to what they were doing, but I think it really suits the skill set of Cam Ward. Look, they beat Oregon State. They beat Wisconsin for the second straight year. This is a good football team. They're a little bit banged up as well coming into Tempe, but I think we're going to get treated to a heck of a game, and they're certainly looking to get back on the right track. They're frustrated. They've lost 3 in a row coming into Tempe.
Roxy, take me to what I think is I guess, top game in the Pac-12. That's Oregon at Utah. And look, I know the Utes have a pig farmer for their quarterback, but I know it was a great quote by Winningham. It really was. But I mean, they've got a shot here to knock off the Ducks, don't they?
Oh, there's no question. Look how dominant they've been at home. And you want to talk about a team that's been just under siege with injuries. It's Utah. And it's one after the next. And finally, we got some clarity from Kyle Whittingham post-game after the USC game. Cam Rising will not play this year. Frank Keithy will not play this year. Now they've lost Lander Barton for this season. They've already lost Mekhi Bernard. We can go on and on and on with all the injuries that Utah's dealing with. But yet, here they are in this position. And a great win in how creative they were in getting Sione Vaki to play now on both sides of the ball. There's a lot of terrific coaches in this conference, but I think we can unequivocally state that Kyle Whittingham is the best coach in the Pac-12, and I don't think it's close, considering the way he has been able to have this team where they're at right now, considering everything that they've dealt with. Yes, they've won 2 consecutive league titles, but this might be his best coaching job that maybe he's ever done at Utah.
Yeah, I got to tell you what, they really exposed USC last week, Roxy, and at that point, it just seems like the defense is the nemesis for Lincoln Riley teams. We saw it at Oklahoma. We're seeing it again now. Is that just the Achilles heel that follows Lincoln Riley, or is there an explanation for what happened in that Utah game to come back and win that?
Well, I think it's twofold, Dan, to be honest with you, because I think that when you look at his teams over the years, you allude to the shortcomings they've had defensively.
Yep.
Last year, they were able to mask some of them with all the turnovers they were able to generate. And they were able to outscore teams because the defense was getting the football back for them despite all the chunks of yardage that they were allowing. This year, it's a little different because they're not so heavily in the plus side as far as the turnovers go. They led the country in turnover margin last year. That's not happening this year. And the other thing that I really think with USC, guys, it's a philosophical problem for me. When you look at them physically, they're not as big up front as Utah. They're not as big as Oregon State or Washington. Physically dominant at the line of scrimmage. USC is undersized. They're athletic, they're fast, but they're undersized, and I think it really doesn't serve them well, not just this year, but now you're going into the Big Ten, and you're going to try to play smash mouth football if you have to. Good luck if you're giving up 40 to 50 pounds at positions on the field from your defense.
Roxy, first, make sure you tell Lincoln Kennedy we said hi during the broadcast this weekend. But, for those of you who don't know, Roxy, aside from his Pac-12 duties, incredible play-by-play guy in baseball for ESPN, the Oakland A's. So with that being said, our Diamondbacks are in the World Series. You know the Rangers quite well. You know the Diamondbacks. An early prediction here the night before, what we may see here. This is Phoenix Radio.
I was around this team, the Diamondbacks, in the first couple of rounds of the playoffs. I called their wild card series in Milwaukee, and then when they swept the Dodgers. This is a young, dangerous team because they don't know that they shouldn't be doing this. To go into Philadelphia and win games 6 and 7 like they did, that's not supposed to happen. Mm-hmm. And this is a group that's ahead of schedule. And Torey Lovello summed it up best after that wild card series in Milwaukee when they were celebrating. And he said a connected team is a dangerous team. This is a connected team. And they have a star in the making because if Corbin Carroll's not the rookie of the year, they just need to cancel the award because it's not even close.
Yeah.
And he is going to be an absolute star. And Gabriel Moreno, the same thing. He is going to be a star for a long time. And when you have top starters like Zach Allen, Merrill Kelly, with the bullpen as good as they've been, that's where they're at. And we know in baseball, it's not always the best team that wins. It's a team that gets hot at the right time. It was the Phillies last year that got to the World Series as they were the last team in as the 6th seed in the National League. Well, the same thing with the Diamondbacks this year. And I don't want to say they backed their way in because they got off to that great start, but they lost their last 4 games going to the playoffs and scored a total of 3 runs. And then in each of the first 2 games in Milwaukee, they trailed by multiple runs in each of those games to come back and win. But I will put the butt on it here.
I know. You're killing me with the butt.
But, guys, look, I hope they prove me wrong because I really like Torey. I think he's got a great staff, and this is a great group to be around. But this Rangers lineup, there is no place to breathe in it. 1 through 9, with the emergence of Evan Carter now coming in, it is, I don't want to say impossible, but it's really challenging to pitch this lineup because when you got guys like Leody Taveras hitting 9th, that goes to show you the depth of what Texas has. Now, the Rangers have some questions. They're starting pitching. Their bullpen. They're very good defensively. These are the top 2 maybe defensive teams going when you look at the fewest errors committed. So I just think this is a real tough task, though, considering the lineup that the Texas Rangers have. I'm going to take the Rangers in 6, guys. I hate to pick against the Diamondbacks because I really like this club. I think that they're going to be good for a long time. But this lineup is a really difficult group to pitch to.
Roxy, we love your candidness, man. Thanks so much for jumping on with us, man. We always appreciate it. We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you Saturday.
You got it. Looking forward to it. I'm heading down there tonight. Can't wait.
You got it. That's Roxy Bernstein. Follow him on Twitter at Roxy Bernstein. Hey, we need a caller to challenge one of the beautiful Twin Peaks gals here at the Scottsdale location for Peaks Picks. 3 games will be Bucks at Bills tonight, the Washington State ASU game we just talked about, and Ravens and Cardinals. We'll take the 5th caller at 602-260 9191. That's 602-9191. Fifth caller, and you're playing for a man card. It's Roc and Manuch, Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Clear.
This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
If it is common practice, the coaches don't think it's a big deal that what Michigan is being accused of, then I don't think that gets Michigan off the hook. I think they should still be punished, but I do think it changes the degree of the punishment.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious, and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy BS Monday Night Tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, the scenic views stick around after the sun sets, and your favorite cocktails keep you company long after overtime. Where else can you unwind with bourbon and late-night bites? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Sun Devil football returns to Mountain America Stadium to take on the Washington State Cougars Saturday, October 28th for ASU's homecoming.
Gadaboo with the catch, has the first down, stays on his feet, and he's going to go.
Get your ASU Washington State tickets today by calling 480-727-0000
Touchdown Devils!
or go online to sundeviltickets.com.
The legend of Cameron Scadaboo continues to grow.
You hear it all the time. Lawyers talk about all their experience, many years of experience with insurance companies, and experience in the courtroom. But what they're not talking about is their results. Maybe they don't have any. At Lerner & Rowe, we're proud of our results because that's how we measure our success. We've helped over 150,000 people recover billions of dollars for their injuries with over $1 billion.
All right, you got Dave.
Past 5 years alone. When you want
Dave,
results, call Lerner & Rowe.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go.
There wasn't anybody last week when I was here.
It's Chevy truck season, and with a Chevy Silverado, there's no such thing as an uphill battle. With a Chevy Silverado,
spoke to Dave on the phone.
On the mountains, or you can move them.
You're gonna bring him on
because with impressive tone.
I told him the drill. I told him how it's gonna work, so it should be good.
13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen.
Well, don't thank me yet. Let's see if he follows instructions.
To pick from. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado with the capability you need. See your Valley Chevy dealers.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Tune in Saturday morning from 9 to 11 for Backspin, the golf show presented by Pigs. Play your best. The Backspin boys take you inside the ropes every week with guests and great debates on the game. Backspin, the golf show on Fox Sports 910.
Hello, Phoenix. We have some exciting news. Local high school sports has a new home right here on Fox Sports 910 AM. The Coach B and Eternal radio show can now be heard right here on Fox Sports 910 every Sunday morning at 6:30 a.m. Don't miss it.
It's Macy's Friends and Family with early deals on everything you need to get ready for the holidays, like an extra 30% off brands that rarely go on sale with your coupon or Macy's card. And take 15% off fragrance, skincare, makeup, and more great beauty gift ideas now at Macy's. Plus, Macy's Star Rewards members earn on every purchase except gift cards, services, and fees. Dealer sale and clearance and supply. Show you at Macy's Friends and Family.
Time for Pete's Picks.
I don't believe it's Dave.
Chance to win a $50 Twin
I don't believe so.
card by outscoring one of the beautiful Twin Peaks girls. Today's Twin Peaks challenge is poured by Blue Moon and Coors Light. Twin Peaks, the ultimate sports lodge and home of the 29-degree man-sized drafts. Twin Peaks, the best views in the game. Open in Scottsdale, Phoenix, Tempe, Glendale, and Deer Valley.
That's right. The weekend kicks off here at Twin Peaks. Thanks to our friends at Blue Moon and Coors Light. Again, we're giving away 5 big screen TVs, 65-inchers, given away in about a month, a little over a month. And you can register each and every day. All you got to do is text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. But as we do every Thursday at this time, we're at the Scottsdale location with one of the young ladies here to join us to do picks with one of the callers. Dave Miller is our contestant today. And Dave, hang tight right there. But Raquel joins us. So Raquel is a local product from Ahwatukee. Can you? I bet if I asked a lot of people, they couldn't spell Ahwatukee. I know I couldn't spell it. Why didn't you just say Phoenix?
Because Phoenix is so broad and Ahwatukee is so specific.
The largest cul-de-sac in Arizona.
I understand that, but when you fill out your, when you put your return address, you don't put Ahwatukee, you put Phoenix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
But
It's
Phoenix is so big.
All right, I'll fight that battle another
You're
time.
not getting Raquel's she'll shoot you down.
All right, Raquel, let's get these picks going. Dave is on hold, so he's going to give picks after you. So the game tonight here at all 5 locations is the Bucks, the Buccaneers from Tampa. They're playing the Bills. That's the Thursday night game. Who do you think's going to win this one?
The Bills.
Go with the Bills, the home team. All right. Dave, who do you like tonight, buddy? Who do you like?
We got to go Bills Mafia, baby.
Oh, we got a Bills Mafia
Bills fan.
Manuch.
Oh, good.
Wow.
I love
All
it.
right.
I
All
love
right.
it.
Both going with the Bills.
All right, Raquel, the second game on Saturday night at 5 o'clock at Sun Devil Stadium, Frank Kush Field. Wazoo's in town. Washington State against the Sun Devils. Who you going with?
Washington State.
You're going with Wazoo?
Really?
Cam Ward
Well,
fan, are
I'm
you?
a Wildcat, so
Oh.
I can't go for the Devils.
That makes total sense. All right.
You're a K-State Wildcat.
No.
Arizona
U of A.
Wildcat.
Oh, well, that's the true Wildcats are K-State, right?
I don't know. I just
Yeah,
work here.
all right.
So don't answer him. He'd be your grandfather. All right.
All right, Dave. What you got?
I got to take Washington State also.
What?
Wow. He's going the same team. That's good. So you guys both picked the same. So it's going to come down to this game for the gift card, the man card. Ravens and Cardinals. So we need to score the game. So who's going to win and a score?
The Cardinals are going to win.
Okay, good. And what do you think that score will be?
35
to
21.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Dave, what do you think, Dave?
No, it's going to be Ravens, 34-17.
All right. That'll be the difference, that game. Hey, Dave, thanks for playing. Thanks for listening, man. We appreciate it, man. Have a good weekend.
You two guys.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Dave's in there. So what's going on here this weekend? Anything big going on?
We have our Halloween dress-ups from the 27th to the 31st.
So what are you going to be? What are you dressing up as?
I'm going to be Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh?
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So all the girls get dressed up all weekend then? for the
Yep,
most
and
part.
they're all different.
Okay, that's cool. And do you guys do like prizes for the best dress or anything like that for the gals? Or
I believe we do, but we also have drink specials all weekend, like
Okay.
$7 shots, $4 shots, half-price wine, different beers on special.
so why don't the guys like the cooks in the back have to dress up like Halloween? That seems not fair. I mean, why don't you guys let them?
Definitely is unfair.
Yeah, we should talk to management
what you
about
started,
that.
Rock?
We
You
should talk to
started?
management about that. But
Yeah, we should.
And you got the
Good.
cancer awareness going until the end of October.
Yes, we do. Yep.
And you guys with the Tuesday, Wednesdays, the pink plaid going strong.
Yep.
Pink plaid, but today's the last day of pink plaid, and then we have Halloween dress-ups.
Oh, good. All right. So last day to get in here to do this at all 5 locations to make a donation for Breast Cancer Month here at Twin Peaks. Raquel, nice job for the first time. So
Thank
good
you.
luck to you. And
Go Desert Vista
we'll
Thunder.
look for Winnie the Pooh over the weekend here at the Scottsdale location.
You can have Jimmy B as Eeyore for you here on
You
the
did.
on
There you
Halloween
go.
night.
All right, Peaks Picks poured by 29-degree man-sized Blue Moon and Coors Light drafts here at Twin Peaks. And as I mentioned, take advantage of the contest we have going on for 5 65-inch big screen TVs. We're going to give away like second week of December. It'll be here before you know it. As the way you enter is you just text Peaks to 59925. That's Peaks to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Twin Peaks, your football headquarters. So there you have it. Manuch, you got to let this Wildcat thing go.
No way, man.
You're just cheesy.
We kick cheese.
No, we talk about being cheesy.
Okay.
We've had these conversations. We've had meetings about it.
Yeah.
Management's brought us in, the suits.
She said
and
she's a Wildcat.
they've said to you, stop with the cheesy stuff.
She said she's a Wildcat.
Yeah,
I said,
but
are you K-State
you're in Wildcat country, which is Arizona Wildcats.
Well,
when you pull in here from California, there's billboards that say "Welcome to Wildcat Country."
2 minutes.
Sun Devils don't like that one.
They hate it. They absolutely hate it. But it's I can't remember. Was Bill Byrne? Was that
Greg Byrne?
Greg Byrne. Excuse me. Yeah,
Greg
the AD. I think he kind of spearheaded
when he
that.
was down there at U of A. turned that whole marketing thing down before we went to Alabama.
Real quick on this day, 27 years ago in 96, the Yankees won their first World Series since 1978 to take care of the Braves in 6 games. 26 years ago, the Marlins took care of the Indians in a Game 7. And in 23 years ago, the Yankees became the first team since the 70s to win 3 straight titles by defeating the Mets. The Mets.
Hear that,
the Mets.
Subway
in
Series.
Game 5
Hear
of
that,
the
Shu?
Subway Series. It was their 4th championship in 5 years. Then the D-backs got them the next year.
Yep, they did.
Which was a lot of fun. Hey, in hour number 3, we will hear from Arizona State assistant head coach Charlie Ragle. We'll get the latest on Kyler Murray. As the latest is, he is not on the injury report per Chris Schubert. So we're going to catch up with Howard Balzer to fill us in on that. So we got an hour to go. We're out here in Twin Peaks in Scottsdale, thanks to Coors Light and Blue Moon. Happy hour is getting underway in 4 minutes.
40
4 minutes here at all 5 locations of Twin Peaks. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red
Roc.
zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. On game day, you
Go ahead. Thank you.
The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy BS Monday Night Tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
A wicked good time is waiting for you now inside the free iHeartRadio app. It's commercial-free Halloween radio. Plus dozens of other Halloween channels and playlists. Open the app and search Halloween. iHeartRadio. Free never sounded so good.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA member FDIC.
NBA fans, the wait is over. Basketball is back, and DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NBA, is celebrating with an unbeatable offer. New customers can score $200 instantly in bonus bets for throwing down $5 on the NBA. Win or lose, it doesn't matter. You'll start the season with an instant dub. And with DraftKings parlays, everyone's got a shot at even bigger basketball wins. String together multiple bets from the same game or build your parlay across multiple games for a shot at making your payday even sweeter. Basketball's more fun when you're in on the action. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code 910. New customers get $200 in bonus bets instantly for betting just $5. Only on DraftKings Sportsbook with code 910. The crown is yours. 21 and over, Arizona only. Gambling problem, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. Eligibility and deposit restrictions apply. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/basketball terms.
Some intimate parts need the gentle, easy trim of a Gillette trimmer. And some need the closeness and comfort of a Gillette Intimate razor. While others need a Gillette anti-chafe stick. Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get down there. Buy now.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Tomorrow from 10 to 1. This is KGME Phoenix, KESC HD2 Phoenix. Listen on the free iHeartRadio app for all your sports talk, podcasts, and music. Free never sounded so good.
Both the Suns' Devin Booker and Bradley Beal will not play in tonight's contest against the Lakers. Beal has lower back tightness, while Booker is experiencing soreness in his left foot. The Cardinals have removed quarterback Kyler Murray from the updated Week 8 injury report, making his return to game action in the next week or two imminent. The Coyotes return to the Mullet Arena Ice tomorrow for a rematch against the Kings after dropping Tuesday's game in L.A., and it'll be Zach Gallen on the mound for the D-backs in Game 1 of the World Series against the Rangers tomorrow. Texas is putting Nathan Eovaldi on the bump. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the My Guy Referrals Weather Center. Visit myguy.com for 5-star local referrals. Make My Guy your guy.
For tonight, look for mostly clear skies, temperatures dipping down into the low 60s. And then for your Friday, another nice day on tap, slightly warmer with those daytime highs, topping out in those upper 80s with plenty of sun. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Mucinex 12-Hour DM.
Season 4 just launched. You up for a night of binging?
Yeah, I took Mucinex 12-Hour DM. Its bilayer tablet takes care of my cough and chest congestion for a full 12 hours.
Cool, let's do this.
Buy Mucinex 12-Hour DM now for 12-hour cough and chest congestion relief. Use as directed.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101. Time for the top local and national stories of the hour. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona. Bet big on your favorite teams and players in an environment that's as exciting as the game you're watching. There's no better place in the Valley to get in on the action. The Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar. Now, guys,
you're hot.
Top story this hour.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B. Fox Sports 910. Jax is here. We got Shu back in the iHeartRadio studios as we continue our final hour here at Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. Top story tonight, Suns without two of their star players not in the lineup tonight in Los Angeles to play the Lakers.
So that means the Lakers will probably counter that. LeBron, I tell you what, though, LeBron played quite a few minutes. He played with 35, 36 minutes the other night. But you know what? It's like, okay, it's early on, and we got a toe injury with Book,
right?
Who said it's okay, but he's
not playing.
But he's not playing. And then Bradley Beal's got the back issue, which I hope it doesn't linger, Jimmy, from that standpoint.
Okay.
And you're like, okay, here we go, right? And you got enough depth on this team, hopefully, which I think they do. KD's got to be going, hey, guys, anybody want to play?
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the other shooter drop at Nurkic to have a
start,
sprained toe or a hangnail but here's the thing. When you got Bill, you got Nurkic, you look at some of the guys that have got the history of injuries, right?
They do.
And when they signed these guys, traded for these guys, you knew that was there. It's really much to do about nothing, right? Now, if this lingers and continues to linger off and on, you just hope that 3 weeks before the season ends and you're vying for maybe home court advantage, that they can have everybody ready to go, everybody healthy to make sure that they are dialed in for the playoffs.
So you're not concerned early on with just the second game of the season?
No, I'm not. I kind of just when I say that, but I mean, I just hope that this isn't a omen of things to come. When you've already got little minor injuries like a toe or this or that. What is it, Buck? Is it a hangnail with his big toe? Is that what it is?
I don't know.
Hangnail? Is
infected toe. He banged it on a door or something. And look,
he said he had that in the game against Golden State, but he played through it.
He played through
32 points, right?
Yeah, he played
38 minutes.
He played terrific.
Yeah, 32 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
So look, it's early in the season. I'm not going to lose any sleep over this, but I do find it a little interesting that Book now is out, and the guy who was your star player that you brought in the offseason is now not in the lineup in game 1 or in game 2, meaning Bradley Beal.
Well, we talked about that when this trade happened, Jimmy, that you looked at that and you went, okay, Bradley Beal has a history.
He does.
Of missing not a few games, a lot of games, okay? And, you training camp, you missed a couple games at camp. tweaked his back. Okay, hope it's nothing structural. I think it's like an oblique or
muscle
spasms or something like that. But when that happens early on in the season, I think for us Suns fans, and I'm a diehard Suns fan,
I know you are.
Since I'm 55 years and going strong, right? Since 1968. You just wanted to go, I wanted to see a team with all these dudes on the team start off, get off to a good start, which they still should, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But in my mind, I don't want to see any hiccups. I don't want to see any, this guy's tweaked and that guy's tweaked and who's next? Nurkic, is he going to have a hammy issue or is KD? I mean, I think as Suns fans, we want to see the perfect storm come together. Now, a couple of short years ago, us Suns fans saw this Suns team win 64 games, right?
That is correct.
They break a record.
That is correct.
But I never felt, even with the 64-game win, that they could win it all coming off of the championship a couple years ago when basically you had the Bucks come back and beat them.
Four straight.
So when they got to the playoffs this year, and they got to that Dallas Mavericks scenario, and they got to basically go up 2 games, and you saw the same thing happen with the Mavericks beat them 4 straight. At that point, I went, okay, the season record means absolutely nothing. But what it does mean, if you can get home court advantage, which I think they should strive for, and everybody should strive for, that's important to them. But you just got to make sure they get enough wins that they're vying to go take on. It's the Denver Nuggets. It's a Western Conference title.
It runs through Denver.
That team is healthy enough that there aren't enough things that detriment them from growing forward with this unit, which I don't think it will. So I'm not concerned right now. But if this continues to linger, even a couple, 2-3 weeks prior to the playoffs,
okay,
then I might have some pause for concern.
All right. So right now it is game 2 of the NBA season for the Suns against the Lakers in Los Angeles. Bradley Beal, we have seen sparingly, and I'm being kind when I say that. I'm just curious, Manuch, let me pick your brain on this. I want to see what the so-called 3-headed monster is going to look like. And we haven't seen anything close to that yet.
And don't you want to see that come out of the chute?
Yes.
Do you not want to see that come out of the chute? I think any fan.
I don't want to see it in January.
Exactly. I mean, I think I want to see it. Now, at Christmas time, December 25th, when I think that's, in my mind, when the NBA truly starts and we start paying attention, because on Christmas Day, we get whatever either NFL game or college game might be on that day, and then watching the NBA. It's all about the NBA. That's kind of the present for us NBA fans and for us Suns fans. But I think you want to see them come out of the chute with everybody.
Guns blazing,
and just kind of go set the tone and go, look, we're here. It's NBA championship or bust. So I think that's it just kind of bittersweet, like, oh, geez. I hope we don't go through the on again, off again, on again, off again. Hey, we're looking to come out. It's like a horse race, man. We want to come out of the gate.
Yeah, you want to go fast.
We don't want to be in second gear.
No.
Let's get this horse in fourth gear. Let's go make this thing happen.
All right, so once again, Suns in action tonight in Los Angeles against the Lakers. The other big story is that for the Cardinals, quarterback Kyler Murray is not really on the so-called injured list. He did indeed have a full practice again. Howard Balzer's going to join us at 3:30. Manuch, you've been following this extremely closely. Now you are on the record for saying he comes back for which game?
Well, I don't think he comes back for this game, but it's really abnormal to not have a player on the injured list that there's no Q by his name.
Okay.
There's no day-to-day by his name. There's nothing there, and for them not to play. Now, I look at this, okay, so if he's fully capable of playing, why would he not start according to NFL standards, right? Mm-hmm. So a lot of guys are coming off the IR or the PUP list or whatever.
Right.
And they're good to go, and they're practicing full go. They typically start, right? In this case, I'll just be curious when we catch up with Howard here at 3:30. If that's the case, do they want to go one more week with him to see how he reacts going full practices? Is he sore? How's he recovering? Will he be ready to go? That type of thing. And start him against the Cleveland Browns next week at Cleveland.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, one of the better defenses in the National Football League.
I was just going to say that.
So here's the dilemma. Do you start him if he's good to go against the Baltimore Ravens, which are one of the best teams in the AFC, a phenomenal defense who'll punch in the mouth not only once but twice, very physical, right? Then if you don't play him this week, you go play a very physical Cleveland Browns team. Do you start him on the road if he's good to go? Does he feel comfortable with his knee? There's a lot of mental minutia that I think he has to go through to get through this, and maybe the coaching staff.
All right.
But if not, you bring him back a week from Sunday against Atlanta
at home,
which will be a home game, which is maybe not quite so cumbersome to play against a top-notch defense. And Atlanta's no slouch either, Jimmy. Don't get me wrong, but it's a home game.
No, they can play, but they aren't the defense that Baltimore has or that Cleveland
and
has.
Here's to that point, he would be, that being Kyler Murray, would be running more, scrambling more. We'd have to protect him more. It would be a huge hill to climb against this Ravens defense and the Browns defense if in his mind he doesn't feel completely healthy. Because if he's active and he's ready to go, why does he not play unless he just says, you know what, guys, I know I'm practicing, but I just, because the green lights come from the doctors. He wouldn't be able to have full practices unless they've got a full release.
Right. Quickly, World Series set for tomorrow. They start in Texas. Zach Gallen on the bump for the D-backs. Once again, Manuch, I will just caution by saying Zach Gallen has had problems on the road throughout the regular season. He had problems on the road in the playoffs as well.
And Uvalde has been named the starter for the for the
official
Rangers.
Now.
It's official. You know what? You're to that point, Jimmy. I thought about that the other day when said the natural would be for Zach Gallen to pitch on the road, but he's had the full 4 days rest.
He has.
He's got his side work off to the side. He did warm up a little bit in the game the other night, so he's good to go. You would hope that whatever jitters, whatever on the road issues that he's had, that he would hopefully be over that. For Diamondback fans, they're thinking the same thing. So what you're saying right now, it's in everybody's mind.
Yes.
And because I feel the Diamondbacks have got to split in Texas. They've got to split in Arlington. Or otherwise, Texas Rangers are a team that if they get up on you 2-0, their lineup, the behemoths they are, they're solid, 1 through 9. All the way through. It'd be tough to come back here and win 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 3, and then have to go back to Texas and close out the series in a 6 or 7 game format. So I just hope for his sake that from confidence he's rested and that maybe he does something different. What was the other day Rock was talking about that they had him move to the left side of the rubber?
They did
versus the right side down the middle. I don't care if you're on the edge of the rubber. Just throw strikes, keep the ball down, and don't be throwing meatballs. As Reggie Jackson would say, home run high fastballs, because these guys, you thought the Phillies could go yard? They'll go yard and laugh as they're going around the bases.
Oh, they will. There's no question about that. Hey, top headlines, always presented by Casino Arizona, the CAZ Sportsbook, and the CAZ Sports Bar. And don't forget, Monday night tailgate. It is going to be a great Monday night. The jackpot is over $1,400. You get a chance to win $1,400 just by showing up at Casino Arizona for Monday Night Football. We will see you this coming Monday. In the meantime, Sun Devils coming off a very tough loss to the Washington Huskies. So how are they going to get up for the home game against the Washington State Cougars? Sun Devils assistant head coach Charlie Regal is going to be next. He's presented by Crest Insurance. Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, Fox Sports 910.
Valley Traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
There is a wreck on the 101 westbound just before 7th Avenue, sitting in the right lane. A crash in the West Valley, eastbound 10 near Buckeye Road. Boy, heavy traffic, 17 northbound from I-10 over to 7th Street. There's a wreck on Roosevelt and 28th Street.
This report is sponsored by Pfizer. Seems like COVID's everywhere again, but there's good news from Pfizer. This season's updated COVID-19 shots are now available for ages 6 months and up, and they're designed to better protect against recent variants. Ask your pharmacist or doctor and schedule at vaccines.gov. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Hey, sports fans, celebrate every big game with El Bandito Yankee, an ultra-premium tequila made from 100% Blue Weber agave in the highlands of Jalisco. Their certified additive-free Blanco and Reposado features a unique oxygenation process for a rich smoothness without that tequila burn. It's why they won platinum and gold medals and are now listed as one of the world's top tequilas by Rolling Stone. Head over to your local store, favorite bar, or restaurant in all 7 Barrio Queen locations. Go to elbanditoyankee.com and break out the Bandito with the official tequila of Game Day.
When you use your electric vehicle in autopilot or self-driving mode, accidents can still happen. Whether you're considered at fault or not, you may still have a claim. Lerner & Rowe has a dedicated team skilled in this new science. We are the first law firm in America with the ability to review the proprietary software and hold electric vehicle manufacturers responsible. If you or a loved one were injured in an electric vehicle accident, call Lerner & Rowe today.
Lerner & Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Looking for the perfect destination to perfect your putting? Welcome to Putting World, the ultimate 18-hole indoor putting course designed to delight golf enthusiasts of all levels. Immerse yourself in the art of putting as you navigate our greens. Whether you're a seasoned golfer or a curious beginner, Putting World promises an unforgettable experience for everyone. Swing by today to elevate your golf game to new heights. Visit us at the Scottsdale Promenade or learn more at puttingworld.com.
Chances to win cash every Monday continues from the CAZ Sports Bar and Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The jackpot is growing. The squares and props are delivering. The food is delicious and the games have been incredible. Come out, join the Fox Sports 910 team as they host their one-of-a-kind sports promotion that has been going strong for over 20 years. It's Roc and Manuch with Jimmy BS Monday night tailgate event every week at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona.
Come chill and get your fill at Arena Sports Grill. Arena Sports Grill is your home for Nebraska Cornhusker football and the National Football League. Watch all your favorite sports, plus off-track wagering with the ponies. Arena even caters to the night owls with breakfast on the weekends till 2. NFL Mondays and Thursdays are packed with happy hour specials daily till 7 and other incredible drink and food specials. It's Arena Sports Grill, 64th Street in Bell, North Scottsdale's friendly sports bar since 1998.
Hey, let's get out of here. With Audible, we could root for a lone astronaut as he tries to save Earth from disaster. Maybe go for a run with the founder of the world's biggest sneaker brand. We could get the tea on the real-life media mogul succession drama. Or find out what life is really like for an Oscar-winning actress. I mean, with Audible, we could go anywhere. There's more to imagine when we listen. Hear the latest audiobooks, podcasts, and originals at audible.com.
The Cardinals signed cornerback Bobby Price from the practice squad and signed corner Quavian White to fill his spot on the squad. The Suns' Devin Booker and Bradley Beal won't play in tonight's game with the Lakers. Beal has lower back tightness, Booker's soreness in his left foot. The NHL hands down its first ever gambling-related punishment, suspending Senator center Shane Pinto 41 games after being flagged for unusual activity in a U.S.-based online gambling account. I'm Frank Garrity.
This is Katina Mobley. This is what's trending from iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DraftKings Fantasy Sports.
The Cardinals signed cornerback Bobby Price from the practice squad and signed corner Quavian White to fill his spot on the squad. The Suns' Devin Booker and Bradley Beal won't play in tonight's game with the Lakers. Beal has lower back tightness, Booker's soreness in his left foot. The NHL hands down its first ever gambling-related punishment, suspending Senator center Shane Pinto 41 games after being flagged for unusual activity in a U.S.-based online gambling account. I'm Frank Garrity.
Check out what DraftKings has to offer with code SPORTS, because life's more fun when you're in on the action. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Age and eligibility restrictions apply. Void where prohibited. See DraftKings.com for details.
Let's talk Sun Devil football. Coach Charlie Regal now on Fox Sports 910 with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B, courtesy of the Crest Insurance Group. Combine your home and auto for big savings today. Head to crestins.com.
Coach Regal joins us now thanks to Crest Insurance. They offer personal, business, and specialty insurance solutions for clients across all markets. You can check them out online at crestins.com. Coach, how's your Thursday going, buddy? Well, how's it going?
I'm doing good. Sorry about that, boys.
No problem. Hey, I want to ask you, we were just talking about what's going on in Michigan. I don't know how you could comment on that, but stealing signs and things like that, is it
necessary? Does it have to happen? We know it happens, but does it really give you an edge at the end of the day?
Well, I think at the end of the day, players still got to go out and execute.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like that's where we spend all the time. I mean, set the stealing of signs aside for a second, right? And I mean, in essence, that's what you're really trying to do, right? You're trying to get tendencies based off the study of film all week long, formations, down and distances, spots on the field, red zone, high red, low red, midfield, backed up. You study all of those different situations, personnel, and scenarios so that you do know what's coming, right? So you're trying to do that already. Is sign stealing something that goes on in the game? I mean, anyone that would say that people aren't trying to pick signs, just generally speaking, that happens across the board. Not every place, not all the time, but it's something that exists in the game. I think everybody knows that. What's going on, obviously, at Michigan, alleged, until they get their findings. I mean, that's just, I can't comment on that in terms of, I don't know all the details and all the facts. You guys know that. But, it's something that's out there in the world of college football to a degree. Does it help? I imagine that it probably would. But at the end of the day, I mean, you got to go out. The players got to go out and play the game and make plays, period.
Coach Charlie Regal joining us here on Fox Sports 910. Coach, would you be in favor of full-time refs in the Pac-12 or Big 12 or whatever conference in college?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's hard. I know you. I know you can't comment, but we spent the last 3 days talking about how bad the officiating is and how it costs a game, and then you hear about it, and even some other schools in the Pac-12 dealing with the same thing. That this is big business, and they got to figure this out. You can't drop a flag then pick it up.
Well, I think that at the end of the day, right, when you invest in something, we all you get what you pay for, the old adage, right? And in terms of if I'm fully invested in something and you're doing it as a full-time job, you're going to get full-time results. Listen, we all make mistakes. The error is human. Coaches, players, officials, everybody does. That's part of it. All right, that happens. I get that, but I think if you went all in and that was the case, I think that, that would be something that would definitely be a benefit in any league, period.
Coach, I got to tell you what, and if there's a few things, I don't come off the couch much when I watch games, but I came off the couch on the picking up the flag on the no call. That's all I'm going to say. There was an atrocity. But all that being said in reference to that game, yeah, Coach,
like the giggle, Coach.
Yeah. Hey, boys. Man, we could turn this thing into something really hot right now.
We'll wait for the off season with a couple beers. All right.
I'm gonna need that, and that will be a conversation I am looking forward to having.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, all that being said, Coach, you look at this game. What a phenomenal! That's one of the best defensive game plans that Brian Ward had against Washington that I've seen in Sun Devil Nation many, many years. Obviously the pick six came back to haunt you and won the game. But all that being said, was that a growth game for the Sun Devil program? Did this team grow knowing they were that close? And I know moral victories, Coach, aren't going to, but did that team grow knowing they were that close from having one of the greatest upsets of all time?
I hope so. I think we're going to find out this weekend, right? I think that how do you respond from that? I think it was certainly, and I told Coach Dillingham this yesterday. I thought how he went about the preparation for that week and how he got the team prepared was outstanding. We were ready to play that football game. And I know, it didn't end up the way we wanted it. And I know, we had some struggles, kicking a field goal protection, some offensive things that, the pick six you wish you could take back. But, and our defense did. They played lights out. You hope, that that's a moment that we look at and say, hey, we went into a hostile environment. We battled. We had a chance to win that game. You hope that's a growing moment, but it only becomes a growing moment on what we do moving forward.
Sure.
And so I think that's going to be a real test for us coming back home this week, a homecoming against Washington State. And do we learn and do we grow from that moment and do we put it into play here this Saturday?
Coach, I guess what I appreciate about the game, you can tell me if I'm wrong, I love the pace of the game that Kenny had. He didn't hurry up. You ran the ball. You kind of, I don't know, you guys kind of just were methodic going down the field. And you kept that offense on the sideline, that being the Washington offense, almost 4, 5, 6 minutes at time. Was that part of the game plan, just to kind of, let's just slow this thing down and keep them over on the sideline?
Well, I think in the sense that, being efficient with what we do was certainly part of it, right? And that was certainly in the game plan. And I think that we did, to your point, we did do that, and obviously when you can keep an offense of that magnitude with the weapons that they have on the sideline, it certainly behooves us, and it did. And, obviously I think the thing that can't go unnoticed is we really got into the turnover business against UW, to get 4 turnovers, obviously really, really helped us. But it was certainly part of it, and we benefited from that. It's just, again, listening and talking with Marvin, Marvin Lewis, and just at some point we got to go take it.
Yeah.
We've been so close in so many of these games, and that's part of the growth, and that's part of the culture and the things that are building. But, to the point, we play to win, right? We want to win, and we want to win bad. And at some point, for a first time in anything you do in life, when you do it for the first time, you just ultimately end up just doing it. You've got to do it. And we've got to find a way to just get the win. And then I think, several more could follow after that.
Charlie, let me get this one because we're getting tight on time. With Washington State coming in, they lost at UCLA, got blasted by Arizona. By watching that film, what's different now with the Cougars than it was, say, at the beginning of the season when they beat Wisconsin?
Well, I think, anytime you win, it becomes infectious, right? And it's kind of the old Uncle Bo jumps on your back. You've got the momentum. I think that when you're playing at a high level and your outcomes are wins, everything fits better. Everything looks better. The belief system in itself is better, right? And you find ways to make plays, just what we were talking about. You find a way to get that extra yard. You find a way to make that extra catch or come up with that extra turnover. When you're losing, it doesn't seem that the ball bounces your way, and you don't seem to get those breaks that you do when you're winning, whether that's real or perceived. I mean, that's just what it is. And so I think, coming off of a couple of losses, these guys are going to be hungry to come here and get back on the winning track. And obviously we're thirsty to get back into the winning column since the first week of the season. And, something's got to give here Saturday afternoon.
Go get him, Coach. Thanks for the time, as always.
Appreciate you guys, as always. Go Devils.
Hey, follow him on Twitter at Regal Charlie. He's presented by the Crest Insurance Group. Crest Insurance Group, they offer personal, business, specialty insurance solutions for clients across all markets. Just go to their website, crestins.com. Appreciate Coach Regal joining us today as the Devils are underdogs, but less than a touchdown, +6 against the Cougars. The over-under at 51. Coming up, we'll find the latest, or we will get the latest, I should say, on Kyler Murray as Cardinals beat writer for Go PHNX. Howard Balzer will join us next for the latest. We're live from Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. It's Fox Sports 910.
What's trending on Fox Sports 910 Phoenix?
The Cardinals have removed quarterback Kyler Murray from the updated Week 8 injury report, making his return to game action in the next week or two imminent. The Suns' Devin Booker and Bradley Beal will not play in tonight's contest against the Lakers. Beal is experiencing lower back tightness while Booker has soreness in his left foot. Zach Allen will get the ball for the Diamondbacks tomorrow in Game 1 of the World Series against the Rangers. Texas will pitch Nathan Eovaldi. Mercury stars Connor and Diana Taurasi were named to the USA Basketball Women's National Team roster for next month's training camp. I'm Frank Garrity on Fox Sports 910, available everywhere on the free iHeartRadio app.
This is the Parker & Sons Weather Center. For all your AC, plumbing, and electric needs, call Parker.
For tonight, look for mostly clear skies, temperatures dipping down into the low 60s. And then for your Friday, another nice day on tap, slightly warmer with those daytime highs, topping out in those upper 80s with plenty of sun. For the Fox 10 weather experts, I'm Ty Brennan.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. OMG, hot and crisp nacho fries are back, and there's even more fries to love now at Taco Bell. But it's now or never. Yeah, these fries covered in bold Mexican spices with nacho cheese sauce are only here for a limited time at participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time only, while supplies last.
We're your neighbors. You should stop by for a visit. We're Casino Arizona. Come on in. Our slots are spinning, our dealers are dealing, and everyone's yelling bingo. Isn't it about time you see your friends again? So stop by to say hello. Stay a while. Relax. Enjoy yourself. We'd love to see you again. Hey, this place was made to entertain. We're your Casino, Arizona.
What's up, guys? Jason Payne, owner of State 48 Roofing. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, #SexyRoofStatus. At State 48 Roofing, we are family owned and operated, born and raised in Arizona. We'd love to give back to our schools and community. Contact us at state48roofing.com.
Rock for RightToyota.com. At Right Toyota, they'd like you to get to know them. Their goal is to make buying your next vehicle the kind of experience that earns your recommendation to family and friends. They invite you to use all of their innovative web tools on RightToyota.com. So if you're looking for a new or pre-owned Toyota, head to their interactive website at RightToyota.com. The right price, the right selection, all at RightToyota.com.
Upper Crust Pizza, Patio, and Wine Bar is your home for a variety of homemade, made-to-order pizzas, calzone, pastas, and more. But it's more than great Italian food. It's your home for college and pro football. Watch games all weekend. Plus, enter to win a free big screen TV every month. Upper Crust is the official home of the Ohio State Alumni Club of Phoenix. Upper Crust, on the southeast corner of Cave Creek and the 101, always has incredible daily specials. Pizza and football. A perfect match at Upper Crust Pizza, Patio, and Wine Bar.
Hey, it's Gross. Join me, Bauer, and Jackson every Saturday from 11 to 1 live from the Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar at Casino Arizona for Take the Points. Powered by the Sportsbook at CAZ Sports Bar.
I'm Byron Brown, the anti-lawyer lawyer. When it comes to your personal injury case, I'm straight to the point. I'll answer your call. No BS.
Nothing on attempt one.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"? "You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa." Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
if these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist. Ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Gillette Intimate gives guys a gentle and easy shave on there. And around there.
Nothing.
And even under there. Don't treat your groin like
Okay, I'm kicking his intro.
Gillette Intimate, the best a man can get. Buy now at a retailer near you.
There's a whole lot of savings.
Both
going on
times it
now at
rang
Staples.
all the way through to
During
voicemail.
Staples Sit-a-thon, save up to $150 on select office and desk chairs. And when you buy a chair, you save 25% on desks, storage solutions, and office accessories. In-store only offer ends 10/28. Now is the time to save at Staples.
It's Thursday, and the guys are live at Twin Peaks Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101.
You're hot.
We hope you're having a great Thursday afternoon. Appreciate you hanging out with us today. We're at Twin Peaks in Scottsdale. They're also a big partner of ours in our fan pick'em, which you can sign up to win a $50 man card. That's a gift card here at Twin Peaks, thanks to them and Blue Moon and Coors Light. You just go to fanpick'em.com. That's fanpick'em.com and get your picks in, starting for tonight's game, as we got a good one tonight, as the Bills are trying to figure out what's going on in their world and kind of end this little streak of losing. But the Bucs are in town. Surprisingly, they have been playing pretty well under Baker Mayfield. Pretty strong first season, I would say.
Yep.
They just can't seem to run the ball. They're averaging about 77 yards a game on the ground. But they have lost 3 of their last 4. They're 500 right now. And with Josh Allen, who has turned over quite a bit the ball, and for them being upset last week against New England, their defense does rank second in the league with 14 takeaways. So that's kind of lead the way for them to be 4-3. But tonight, 5 o'clock, just after 5, great place to watch the game is any of the 5 Valley locations. We're hoping to catch up with Howard Balzer this segment. If we don't get him today, we'll reach out to him tomorrow, get his thoughts on what's going on with Kyler Murray, as a lot of people are wondering what the future holds with Kyler Murray, if we're going to see him on the field at some point.
Yeah, and as far as, full practice today. If they activate him, they got to activate him by at least next week. Put him on the active roster against Cleveland. That would be tough sailing for him to come back if that knee's completely healthy or not. This week, I just suspect he's probably not going to play. I don't see it, even though he's fully activated. Not activated, but fully practicing. I might suspect, guys, we probably might see him in the Atlanta game here in a couple of weeks, a home game. Because you got the Baltimore Ravens, one of the toughest defenses in the AFC. You got the Cleveland Browns, one of the toughest defenses in the AFC. By the way, the Ravens I think they've got the number one defensive passing secondary in the National Football League right now. So these next 2 weeks would be very, very difficult, I feel, for him to come back, whether he's 110% or not. But I think they might ease him back into it, if not next week, which they have to activate him. I'd be highly suspect if you activate the guy and he's in the backup role. If you activate him, you're starting
play
him.
him.
You got to play him.
Absolutely.
Or if not, the following week
against
Atlanta
here
against the Falcons. That's the only thing I can think of when you kind of break down of where do you go and how do you go from the standpoint of starting to acclimate him and get him involved in your offense.
So what does Howard Balzer think? He joins us down on the right to it at guest line for Go PHNX. So what's your crystal ball say, Howard?
I've said all along it's probably going to be Atlanta.
Okay.
Maybe you do it against Cleveland. I know a lot of people say, well, boy, that's one of the best defenses in the NFL and all that. Do you want to subject them to that? My thought, too, though, is that, hey, he's going to have rust when he gets out there. And why not just, get the rust out as quickly as you can? So that's my sense. But who knows? I mean, it's really hilarious. The games the Cardinals are playing with this week. I don't know if I've ever seen anything like this, especially today when they had Kyler Murray. They had Kyler on the injury report still, but with no practice designation. What does that mean? Was he just like laying there getting a suntan? I mean, it's absurd. And here's the thing about it. Those injury reports, while they're obviously notable for all of us who report on this, are essentially for other teams, especially the team you're playing, right? And the Ravens, I'm thinking, have to be hopping mad about this because, the defensive coordinator, Mike McDonald, talked today and said, hey, when you see that he practiced in full yesterday, then, you've got to be prepared for the fact that he might play. And the thing is, though, is what did full mean from yesterday? I mean, I've heard people say, guys, that, well, hey, guy coming off an injury, if he practices 100%, that means he's gonna start.
Yes.
Well, that's for a guy who's on the roster during the season. Yeah. Does anybody think that his full participation yesterday included 100% of the reps with the first team? There's no way. Yeah. There's no way it did. So the reporting guidelines, I'm certain, are different for a guy in this situation who's not even on the roster. Yeah. And let me mention this. In past years, players on injured reserve or physical and unable to perform that return to practice were not listed on the injury report when they returned to practice. This year, they changed it. And so 100% is defined as your normal reps. Well, to me, 100% of his normal reps in this situation is what he's doing now. I mean, in individual drills, he's throwing only to practice squad guys. Mm-hmm. Now, that's individual drills, that we can watch. Maybe that was a ruse for us. But bottom line is, though, I would think that's a different reporting guideline for what you do in practice than it is when you're already on the roster and have an injury. And so I think there's been a lot of overreaction to this. And then here's another one, guys, as I rant here. I've heard some say, well, bring him back this week, but in a limited package, like have 10 to 12 plays for him. No. All right. Well, here's what that would entail. And I know people say I'm crazy on details, but the details are usually important. If you have him active for the game, that means that Clayton Tune would be dressed as the emergency quarterback. But he can only play if both quarterbacks get injured. Well, what happens if Joshua Dobbs gets injured in the game? Well, you have to play Kyler Murray then every snap.
Sure.
So is this team going to take a chance on doing that this week when he will have had 6 practices? I find it just highly, highly unlikely. And yet everybody's running with this and not even considering some of these other sides to it. But like I said, I think the Ravens have to be, especially today. Well, what did he do? What did he do? You're supposed to report
3.
what they how much they practice, and you didn't report that. It's unbelievable to me.
Howard, my question, I think it's next. Yeah, it's next weekend. The activation is that the time up where they have to activate him so that time frame doesn't run out? So then whether it's Cleveland or is the following week against Atlanta? What's the time frame?
It's the following week because it's 21 days from the time you return to practice. Okay. And so it would be after, let me see here. Well, he practiced last week. Yeah. So 21 days is after the Cleveland game in terms of, but it would be before the Atlanta game. But here's the other thing. I mean, you can still, a lot of people are saying, well, once you activate him, you got to play him. Well, no, you don't. I mean, even if they don't think he's totally ready at the end of the 21 days, they can still put him on the active roster, but then not play him if they don't feel that he's ready. So you don't have to, but they could activate. The deadline is 21 days. They could activate him next week and then decide what they want to do with him. So,
but then
he's
taking a roster spot from somebody.
That's correct. That's exactly right. And the interesting thing this week, and I'm thinking after this happened yesterday, well, because you always have to consider both sides. Don't think I'm not considering both sides.
Okay.
So they had a roster spot open this week. In fact, last week they had 2. I think, so they had a roster spot open. So I'm thinking, well, they got a spot for him if they want to activate him. Well, then today they signed cornerback Bobby Price from the practice squad to the active roster. Well, now they're full at 53. So if they would bring Kyler Murray, whenever it is, if they have 53 in the roster, when he comes back, they've got to knock somebody off. And so who that would be, who knows? But that is part of the whole process of what all this will entail.
Howard, thanks for jumping on with us for a few minutes, man. That's all we needed to hear. That's what this is. That's all people want to talk about is what the latest is with Kyler Murray. And it seems like, Howard, last one as we let you go is, there's just a lot of inexperience with this coaching staff. That could be part of what you're discussing with us today about not reporting, right?
Well, maybe it is, or maybe they're just playing games with it.
Yeah.
I mean, Jonathan Gannon has acknowledged it earlier in the year. I forget who it was when he was saying, it was the whole thing with Dobbs. Who's going to be the starting quarterback for Week 1?
Right.
And he admitted there's some gamesmanship, there with that. So he's admitted it. I mean, they're inexperienced as a head coach, but they've seen what teams do. They've seen what goes on around the league. He said that we look at the injury report. When he was in Philly, wherever it was, they would look at the injury report all the time for the other team on what was going on, so they'd have some kind of sense of what guys were doing that had some injuries in terms of practice. And so here you are withholding something. I mean, like I said, he had to be doing something today. He's passing the ball to practice squad guys in drills, but and if they held him out entirely and he didn't do anything, which I don't think happened, well, then you'd have to put him down as DNP. So I would think you have to have a designation, and they didn't do that. And I've never seen that with a guy. Now people say, well, how about on Friday? Well, Friday is the designation for out or doubtful or questionable. That's your game status, right? And so sometimes guys who are limited or did not practice whatever during the week, then you list them for what they are. And some of them don't get a status, which is saying, well, they're available, they're fine to play. But I've never seen it for a practice designation for a guy to be listed with an injury and then have nothing there, which is what it was today. It's just bizarre.
It never happened, Howard. It never happened. It never.
Nothing to see here.
The days of our lives with the Arizona Cardinals.
It's in the black hole, Howard. It's in the black hole.
Thank you, Howard. Have a good weekend.
All right, guys. Take care.
Howard Balzer, Go PHNX. Check out his stories up there. You can also follow him on Twitter at HBalzer.
Got a headache after that.
721. Well, hits keep coming for Michigan. The latest on the sign stealing, and now the FBI joins the investigation on some unauthorized computer access crimes at the school's football building. That's the latest. We'll have that for football at 50. Manuch, Jimmy B, Twin Peaks, Scottsdale.
Clear.
This is The Odd Couple with Chris Broussard and Rob Parker.
Miami hasn't beaten
Hey, Rock.
anybody this year. The 5 teams that Miami has beaten, they're 5-2, have a combined record of 8-25. And I think they're a good team for sure. I think they are a tier 2 NFL team.
With Chris Broussard and Rob Parker. Today at 4, tell your smart speaker to play Fox Sports 910.
Valley traffic from the Valley Toyota Dealers Traffic Center.
Police activity has caused a closure 51st Avenue near Baseline. We have an accident being reported 10 eastbound. This is near Buckeye Road. And an accident that has an off-ramp partially blocked 17 southbound near Bell Road.
This report is sponsored by Wendy's Breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles. Wendy's new Breakfast 2 for $3 Biggie Bundles lets you choose from your fave 4, including a sausage or egg and cheese biscuit, small seasoned potatoes, or medium hot coffee. Limited time only during breakfast hours. U.S. price and participation may vary. Not valid in a combo. Single item at regular price.
You may not have any experience dealing with
Hey, Rock.
but Lerner and Rowe does. After your car wreck, you need an attorney.
So I have a one call for today.
Car repair.
I'm not going to put it on the dock because I want to surprise you guys with the audio. So just throw to it and then I've got it.
Just look for reputation.
So yeah, just throw to the open and then I'll play the clip.
Lerner and Rowe has thousands of 5-star reviews.
My hint is that it is a throwback to something that occurred on this day in history.
And need a check? Call Lerner and Rowe today.
Lerner and Rowe is the way to go. Call 977-1900.
Tune in Mondays from 1 to 4 as Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B broadcasts live from the CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona. The Sportsbook at the CAZ Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona is sports fans' paradise. That's the guys live every Monday from CAZ Sportsbook in Casino, Arizona.
Are you looking for a change in your career path or just looking to get back into the employment market again? Look no further. All City Towing is searching for motivated teammates to join their team. Current openings are in the areas of customer service, tow truck operators, yard management, facilities maintenance, and dispatch. If you're looking for a challenging yet rewarding opportunity, a great benefits program including 401k program with a generous company match, and a company that is a leader in the industry, apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call All City's HR department at 480-833-7278. All City Towing is Arizona's largest towing transport vehicle storage provider. Locally owned and invested within the communities they service. If you enjoy helping others by providing great customer service, working as a team, and possess great communication skills, All City is for you. Apply online at allcitytowing.com/careers or call 480-833-7278. That's allcitytowing.com.
Time for a new smart TV? Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B are giving away 5 65-inch smart TVs. Text PEAKS to 59925. That's PEAKS to 59925. Standard message and data rates apply. Twin Peaks, home of the 29-degree blue moon and Coors Light man-sized drafts.
Hey, this is Kelly Cooper. Are you ready for the ultimate sports experience? Look no further than BKD's Backyard Joint. At BKD's, we're not just a sports bar. We're the destination for the best food, drinks, and sports experience in the Valley. Located at the corner of Pecos and McQueen and Chandler, get ready to score big on fun and flavor. Only at BKD's Backyard Joint, where every day is game day. Check us out online at bkdsbackyard.com. That's bkdsbackyard.com.
When you buy Kroger brand products, you feel like you're winning. That's because they offer proven quality at lower than low prices. In fact, we guarantee that you and your family will love how Kroger brand products taste, or you get your money back. So next time,
You have to hustle during this segment.
look for delicious Kroger brand products because they'll make you all feel like you're winning. Shop now, in-store, or online. Fries, fresh for everyone.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find
This was a long break, and then the one at the top of the hour is a long one too.
ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies,
I don't know. I haven't been told what I am and am not allowed to do.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
I don't think all of them are.
At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.
Right. In the next block, there are 2 that say on-air sports marketing.
And the guys are live at Twin Peaks Scottsdale, located on Frank Lloyd Wright Boulevard in the 101.
Let's get ready for football!
It's Football at 50, the latest top football story trending this hour. right here with Roc and Manuch with Jimmy B on Fox Sports 910 and the iHeartRadio app.
All right, finishing up at Twin Peaks, thanks to Blue Moon and Coors Light, as happy hour is going on right now. We talked a lot about Michigan and stealing signs as that story continues to blow up. A big story in the Washington Post yesterday. Now we find out today that the FBI has joined the University of Michigan Police Department, an investigation that has to do with Matt Weiss, the former assistant coach at Michigan, who was fired in January because of a report of some authorized computer access crimes in the football building. So stay tuned for that, as I can't see a scenario where Harbaugh will be back.
Yeah, this is it kind of
why deal with this?
Yes,
but sign stealing, they're still blowing out teams by 30.
They
I mean, they're so dominant that they don't need to steal signs.
You don't. You still need to stop people. If they steal your sign, you still need to stop and make it. My inclination is I'm just going to throw it out there that allegedly, I have to say that this could be some child pornography or something like that. If in the building, when you get the FBI and the police, the FBI is federal. So that's stuff going cross like
interstate lines.
Interstate lines.
San Diego State, by the way, is dealing with something very similar. That hit last night, too. We didn't have time to get into it today, but maybe tomorrow we will. Let's get to our Learner and Row one call. Shu, what do you got for us today?
It's the Learner and Row one call, that's all. Call of the day. If you're looking for a full-service law firm, just make one call, that's all. 602-977-1900. Learner and Row, voted Arizona's best law firm.
We cannot make decisions that cost the team and then come off the sideline and it's nonchalant. No. You know what? This is how
15 years ago today.
I'm from the old school.
Mike Singletary, legendary.
I would rather play with 10 people and just get penalized all the way until we got to do something else, rather than play with 11 when I know that right now that person is not sold out to be a part of this team. It is more about them than it is about the team. Cannot play with them. Cannot win with them. Cannot coach with them. Can't do it. I want winners. I want people that want to win.
Coach Mike Singletary, 15 years ago today. How about that?
One of the greatest rants. Great rant.
Is that when he pulled his pants down right after that as well, too? He said, "My ass."
What?
Yeah, he dropped his drawers in one of those.
I missed that part. Yeah, you must have saw a different version than I did.
No, but
I don't remember the pants.
I don't either.
You remember that, Jimmy?
No, I don't remember.
He dropped his pants and my ass. It might have not been that rant, but he did that at one time in the locker room.
Wow.
So,
all right. Let's get to what's on tap.
What's on Tap is brought to you by Roc and Manuch's Amber and Lager by Huss Brewing Company. Now available at the Arena Sports Grill, BKD's Backyard Joint in Chandler, CAC Sports Bar in Casino, Arizona, Tavern Grill Scottsdale, and Upper Crust Pizza in Phoenix. Try it for yourself. That's the Roc and Manuch
2 minutes.
Amber and Lager, brewed locally by Huss Brewing Company.
Suns Lakers tonight, TNT 7 o'clock. You also got Bills and Bucks. That's coming up just after 5 o'clock on ESPN. Or no, I'm sorry, Amazon. And that's what's on tap, as you just heard from our great partners that carry the Roc and Manuch Lager and Amber. Tomorrow, we will get you ready for Game 1 of the World Series with the Diamondbacks. It's just it's hard to believe.
It is. It just you go what?
Yeah, it's
What?
like pinch me.
Yeah,
It's like
we'll get a nice report. Sean Salisbury going to join us, talk about this Rangers team. We'll catch up with Eric Moses from the Fiesta Bowl. Kevin Rowe will get his picks. Scott Spreitzer will join us. Also, Jody Jackson will join us, get her thoughts on this Diamondback team. She will not be with the team since her son's a senior at Corona High School, the quarterback over there, so she's staying home with all that. So we'll have all that going since we're off the air.
And Jimmy B knows this. I mean, when you're a local guy, your team gets to the postseason, you don't call any games anymore.
No,
the national guys take over.
You're done.
It's a bummer.
So, it is.
Complete bummer. Hey, I want to thank Twin Peaks, Coors Light, and Blue Moon for having us out here today at the Scottsdale location. Every Thursday,
40.
We're at a different location. Tomorrow, Wright Toyota. So we appreciate you hanging out with us today. Thanks to everybody who came out to our listener appreciation at Putting World event yesterday. We had a lot of fun. We'll do that again, I'm sure, probably first quarter next year. So for Jimmy, Manuch, Jax, and Shu, I'm Rock. Have a great